Fucking infinite, man. Hello, everybody. I'm not actually Scottish. Help us out. We've only just started our YouTube channels. Uh, We're flying. Yeah. Yes. Mm, yeah. It's another day. Yeah. Australia doesn't exist. We don't exist. Fucking hell. My whole life. It's been a lie. Well, I knew that. I don't know fucking anything. It's ramping up. Yeah. He's not wrong. Even even when I went over there, I even when I went over to Australia, I saw a kangaroo and I was just like, "Well, that's just not real, is it?" So that I've proven that it's not real because I saw one and I decided that it wasn't real. Fake news. One of the worst shades. Yeah, I know, right? I wonder when he's gonna come on and talk to us about his favorite drug film. He's definitely done it before. Even if he says he hasn't, he's definitely done it. He's cocaine, the man. He's full of lies. Exactly. What are you talking The Biden family loves drugs. I was watching, the Hunter Biden, interview the other day. He loved crack, and, fair play to him. He's doing pretty well considering how much he smashed. Like, he was doing crack like it was fucking nobody's business. Hmm. Whoa! Holy fuck! ¿Dónde estás? 22 quid? Come on, my G. Right, that calls for that's the jingle worthy. That's oh. It's CIA attacking our right, so okay, that's crazy. Well, because it doesn't exist. No, yeah, come on. Yeah. Mm. We're in your head right now. No. I'm under the influence of a legal substance. In fact, I'm under the influence of 2 legal substances right now. No, no, in fact, guess again. Try and no. Li I'm doing I'm doing a substance combination. Oh, yes, yes, it's the ladies and gentlemen, I'm under the influence of caffeine. Yeah, it's called Wild Kraut. It's an energy sniff. It's herbal. It's got herbs in it, and it's got caffeine. And I I can honestly say that mostly all it's done is just block my nose. But but I think if someone had a normal nose, unlike myself, because I have abused drugs through the nose for many years, they could probably feel it. I don't know. I don't really feel caffeine. Do you? I've never felt it. I don't know. Oh, and the other substance, I'm on a CBD. Um, not even vaping. Oh shit, the vape. Yeah, that was. Oh, that's the medical cannabis. We don't talk about illegal. That's pseudo legal. I'm drinking kombucha and it has CBD in it. Yeah, it's called. Oh wow, you would because I know you like your kombucha. You'd like this one. It's called Hip Pop. You get it from Booths. Hit Booths in the UK, and yeah, they have like normal editions, and then they have the CBD editions that you need an ID for. Like, son, don't drink too many of them CBD drinks. I'm crazy. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Vivec be snorting. Yeah, at some point during the podcast, I will insufflate the wild kraut, but not right now because I don't want to caffeinate myself to death. No, no, it's actually really bad. My friend who runs Rosa Festival, he had a very disturbing caffeine like trip in a sense, like a stimulant type trip. Because obviously, any if you take too much of any type of substance, you're going to start like freaking out and tripping, quote unquote. And he had, I think he overdosed on like caffeine pills, and he almost went into, well, not cardiac arrest, but he almost had a heart attack. And he said his vision was, like, he had like tunnel vision and everything was like it's super defined and everything. I was like, holy shit, my boy's tripping off the caffeine. Another donation from Open Door Policy podcast. Holy fuck. That sounds good to me. Yeah, appreciate that. We'll put all this money into the boosts for the Tales from the Trip Discord server, so we can get higher bit rate. What world do we live in? Jesus Christ! Yeah, what do you have a theory about what's going on with that? Oh, Kisama. Is so is is Tails pooping or someone said he's pooping. I'm fucking in the worst toilet in Scotland, like. I might get my friend to write a trip report and send it to you because it would be really interesting. Put it in the like to us in the trip Reddit, and then the worlds have truly merged. Oh fuck. Yeah, and we'll answer it tonight. We won't. What have I ever done a suppository? No, but I've known people who have like taken MDMA pills or Garys as we call them up their ass, and I've seen people do it. Fair enough to the people who do that. I think you're very brave. I, mostly the people who I knew who did that didn't really feel the effects because I don't think they got it that far up the anal cavity, and they mostly just had like blue powder around their rectum. So yeah, that was a. If you, I couldn't have answered that more honestly if I could. So no, I'm not doing it, and I don't. I probably won't, but I don't know. Maybe ask me when I'm like 60. I might have done it. Speaking of suppositories, they were also in this film. Yeah, suppository heroin. Big ups. Hello, Zangoku Natenchi no Yoni. Yeah, I love me Evers. I love me Evangelions. I love me AT Fields. Simple as my G. And any questions that you have, we will look back in the chat later on towards the end and answer them. So if we don't answer them while we're doing it, oh my, it's another donation. Oh my, thank God for fucking trains, man. What the fuck? I'm definitely a guinea pig. Mm. Maybe we're putting it off because this is the drug movie other than Requiem for a Dream. We have established in the drug verse, the drug movie verse, that I'd say the two heavy hitters, aren't they? Requiem for a Dream and Trainspotting. The quintessential drug movies, and everything else is like they're like S tier in terms of like what you should watch, not even just terms of quality. But yeah, they're the top ones. Oh Fucking chemicals. He's insane. Oh, yeah. We're bussing for real. Yeah. We're gonna do spoilers because if you've not seen Trainspotting and you're a drug user or interested in drugs, then what are you doing? Like, sorry, but because you're a fake YouTuber. No, but on a level, if you're listening to this after the fact or you listen to it live and you've not seen it, I would highly recommend to just go and watch it right now, because it's just yeah quintessential. It's a must watch on multiple levels, not just for drugs, but there's many themes explored in this film as we will get into eventually. Oh yeah, I can hear you. Oh, on the live, I don't think you're talking. Yeah, I think so. Hello, people in the live audience. Can you hear Tales from the Trip? No. Oh shit! Yeah, yeah. On the broadcast, on the broadcast, you're not coming up. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. We might have to restart. We're gonna have. We're gonna have. We're gonna have to start from the beginning, Peggy. Going on there? I don't understand. So they've just been listening to me talk to avoid and know, but and I had to read between the lines. This is the effect that caffeine has on my consciousness. I cannot understand. And now back to Beansy saying it can't hear anyone. I can I can hear you. Oh, yeah, the whole time. No, I'm on the live. Yeah, you can hear me on the live, but yeah, yeah, you're not coming up. That's mad. This is like this is the preview show for the real episode. I don't understand. It must be there might be some OBS problem or something. Well, thank you, thanks everyone for. It's funny because we thought everything had come together, and actually, it was completely fucked. We may. I think we might have to restart the stream. I'm gonna go to the toilet. I'm gonna go to the toilet, and we will reconvene. Don't worry, guys. We're coming back and better than ever.
Is it working now? I wonder if that's what happened.
I think.
Hello, testing. Can you hear me?
Is it
Can,
working?
oh, it's working now. Okay. We're good. We didn't have to leave. We did not have to leave. The mic disconnected for some reason on there. Yay, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, well, Vivek went to the bathroom. So, yeah, we're waiting for him now. Come on, Vivek. What are you doing? Stop peeing. You don't need to pee. You don't need to pee. You're terrible. You're great. We're doing good. We were doing really good when the podcast. I wonder when it stopped working. Like, I wonder when that started happening because I want to know when Vivek was just started talking to himself. Yeah, Vivek is gooning. He's gooning and mooning. Geez, he's taking a long one, guys. What is going on here? Come on, big boy. Big boy. Oh, he doesn't have his mic on.
I'm back.
There we go. So it actually, I didn't have to get off. The OBS Studio, the device was on no device, even though it was on before. It didn't make any sense why that happened.
The universe doesn't want us to talk about this film because we're gonna break it down.
Literally, that's probably what it was for real. But okay, we better get this thing started here before the mic breaks down again.
Let's do the Men in Black memory flash.
Right.
Welcome back to the. You guys for joining us. Yeah, we just come on right now. Very professional.
Yeah, no, there was no problems before.
It was all in your head.
It was all in your head, guys. Nothing happened. Okay, let's get started with this Trainspotting. So, I don't know how many of you guys heard me say anything, but yeah, no, there's a lot of
let's
stuff.
Just say, yeah. I'll repeat it for anyone who decides to come in right now. So yeah, we've established through this podcast we've been doing these drug movies. We've mostly been doing obscure movies, haven't we? Really,
pretty much, yeah.
Semi-popular.
Right.
The last one was like the definition of obscure. Smiley Face was like a cult classic. This is like the Don Mega. It's the Don Mega drug film, other than Requiem for a Dream.
The magnum opus of drug movies, yes, as they call it.
Absolutely, it's the drug osmosis movie that
the
everyone
drug
knows about. I love that word.
Yeah,
it's the one that everyone knows about, even if you've never watched it. Everybody knows about it. I was even at the pub the other night, and there was a guy. This is so funny. It was like everything was building up to this. It's building up to this moment. There's this guy at the pub the other day, and he looked like Sick Boy. You know, Sick Boy with the bleached hair.
Oh wow!
Like the black eyebrows, and people in the town call him Sick Boy because he looks like that. And I was with this guy that I went to school with. And we were talking, and then he mentioned that he was called Sick Boy, and then I was like, oh yeah, he does look like Sick Boy from Trainspotting. And this guy had never watched the film, but knew that that's what he looked like. So that's how famous this film is. It's spread its tentacles across the world. It's probably the greatest British export other than fish and chips.
And Lara Croft. That's the average kind of experience you can get when you're in that side of the world, don't you?
Yep. Before we do the thing, I am now going to ingest legal drugs live.
Oh, legal. I'm gonna drink this water. I like water. Water is good. It's not free for some reason.
Yeah, no, that's bollocks.
Yeah, even the water in your house, you're paying for it. So there you go.
I have now consumed caffeine with herbs. And now I'm ready.
There you go.
It's not very nice, but it's fun. So I don't even know where to begin with this movie because it's just so unbelievably dense, despite being a 90-minute movie that flies by probably for me, and it's like it's my comfort movie because it's just this is before I get into it. This is my favorite film, so there will be some heavy bias on my part, and on your part, it's the first time you ever watched it. So, what I want to ask you is, when did you first hear of this movie? Did you hear about it in your childhood, your teenage years? Because I think everyone just hears about this film at some point in their life. Like, dude, you got to watch Trainspotting. Obviously, I'm not American, but like in the UK, it's just this is like a rite of passage to watch this film. I guess.
Yeah, no, I don't even remember when I heard about it. I just knew it was a thing, and I thought it was about trains before, which it's somewhat of it is kind of if you think about it. There's a lot of nods to trains in there, but yeah, I just
Mm.
knew. How do you pronounce his name? Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, I knew he was in it, and I just know he's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm like, okay,
Yes. Most
well,
people know Ewan McGregor from Star Wars, I would say, but like
yeah, and Doctor
obviously this is.
Sleep recently too, which he did
Oh
pretty good in. I
yeah,
liked. Yeah.
he's been in he's been in loads of films. I've seen him in many films. He's in Robots. He's in a very strange sort of neo noir like 2000s
What movie?
surreal Robots, the animated film.
Oh yeah, he plays
He plays the
robots.
main
I
character.
love that
He's just quite
movie.
yeah, he does quite a good American accent, does Hugh McGregor? He
He
got about
does.
quite a bit. He's in Valiant. This guy's a star. He's one of the most famous Scottish actors of all time. Possibly the most famous in the modern era, I'd say, definitely. Um, and this actually isn't his first film with Danny Boyle. There was another film before this
Really?
called yeah, and I think you would quite enjoy it. It's called fuck. Um,
It's called Ah Fuck. What a weird name for a movie.
Trainspot. Hold on. Yeah, I'm getting dialed in. I'm on the PC now. I'm clicking
Danny
links.
Boyle.
I'm on the Danny Boyle Wikipedia page. We're getting there. Shallow Grave. That was it.
Shallow
Which is from
Grave.
1994, and it's another black comedy, but
Huh.
it's more so about crime. Set in Edinburgh again, and it's with Christopher Eccleston, who played Doctor Who. He was the Ninth Doctor, and Ewan McGregor. He's like sort of the tertiary protagonist,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
yeah.
I see it.
So then
Huh.
that led into Trainspotting, but
Oh,
the
he has long
difference
hair in
in
that one.
the difference in production between Shallow Grave and Trainspotting is immense. You can see they honed the craft for this film quite superbly on a budget of less money for Trainspotting, and it looks in like what one thing I must say is like on a surface level, this film is gorgeous, isn't it? Despite how
Mm.
like disgusting it is,
Yeah. No, I mean,
tonally.
yeah, it has it definitely has its own style. It's I can't say I was gonna be a fan of it to begin with, but it got me in there. Like it's not.
Oh, what was
It's
your experience like? What watching the film? Like, what were the emotions like? Like starting off and going through it, and
disgusted pretty much most of
yeah,
it. That's what I
that's
was feeling
England
mostly.
and
Yeah.
Scotland.
No, but it had a beauty to it. Like when Deep Blue Day started playing, man, that is like such a beautiful song. He's going through the poop toilet, but he's not actually like it's through water. I thought that was a nice scene. But yeah, it definitely gives off. What kind of movie style is that? It's on a.
It's
It's
extremely stylistic. I think that why this film is so popular is not just because it's a very in-depth film. It's got layers to it. The book's amazing. I've read the book, which is you could have made the book into a small TV series, I believe. To be honest, we could actually get into that. There's a lot of things in the book that aren't in the film. The film
right.
is an encapsulation of all of the highlights of the book in the most perfect possible way, and I rate this film exceptionally high because I cannot imagine any other way to have adapted the book. Um, every scene in this film it just feels deserved. Like you couldn't take a single scene out of this film. Like all well, it's a great case study in filmmaking. This film, I believe, because it's snappy. The pacing is amazing. The emotional roller coaster it takes you on is insane, and just the way it's shot. Like there's so many creative shots that come to mind that you could put on a wallpaper. There's not just the classic bit of them standing by the train line, which is the most iconic bit, but
Hmm.
some of my favorite shots personally are when they're in the the heroin den when they're shooting up with Mother Superior, and
Mm.
it's so colourful. It's a very colourful film, despite
Dirty,
being
dirty,
deep.
colorful. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That when it goes really dark, when it goes into the dark, ugly side, it's very brown and gritty and grisly. But um, there's so much color to the film in the moments when they're actually doing heroin at Mother Superior's gaff, when the way that's very clever filmmaking because it's trying to depict it as not like, of course, heroin addiction is dark, depressing, and hellish. Of course it is, but as Mark says, and it's like, well, if it didn't feel good, we wouldn't fucking do it. Like that's the point. There's supposed to be this element of like ecstasy to the film, like and euphoria and like energy to it, even though the drug itself is dark and demonic and can take you down
right.
a disturbed path. And there's that mixture of like energy and sadness to the film. There's so much going on. And I thought I knew when you sent me the video of him going into the toilet, the fucking worst toilet in Scotland. Like, I knew that'd be the point where you were like that. That I think that's the point where many people click with the film because it's like, whoa, this isn't just a film about like uh, heroin addiction. This is a creative, stylistic, sort of dreamy, surreal movie.
Yeah. No, it definitely was, and you know, the when the baby comes in, you know that I knew something was gonna happen with that baby. I didn't know.
It's the baby.
Well, I knew the thing is I knew that baby was gonna pass away. Spoilers, was gonna
Yeah.
die. When the mom started woken up screaming, I knew that happened. But the whole time I didn't. I knew something was gonna happen to the kid, but I didn't know they were gonna go that far with it. Which I, respect them as weird as bad as that sounds. But like that's there's nothing. There's really nothing cinematic about heroin addiction, but this movie, that's the point with it. It's trying to stylize something that's not stylish.
How
Um,
much does this feel like? Do you know when you think of a film like movie magic? I think of this as style. It was. I think the reason this is considered the greatest British film by a lot of people, including myself, is that it it's the ultimate parallel to Hollywood level production. In terms of the cinematography is absolutely on point. The framing is amazing. Shadows, lighting, every single aspect of the production coalesces into this beautiful whole. Someone said, uh, "How is this your comfort movie?" Um, well, for British people, I think we have a very different relationship with films, and especially films like this. We are very dark-minded people. We're a dark country that did seriously disturbed bits throughout the world, and we're probably going through the karmic reckoning of that. And we have a very dark and sense of humor
Yeah,
in
no,
the
it's way
UK.
different than over here. But we appreciate your humor but we're not used to it. We got
Mm,
different. I mean, 9/11 happened. All these kind of tragedies happen.
9/11.
We're living in a constant tragedy in current America. So we
Yep.
we we try to make humor where we can find it. But your humor is definitely like more black comedy,
It's
black horror. Like,
We are, yeah, yeah. All of the most famous British films, or a lot of the most famous British films, have a black comedy element to them because the ridiculousness of living in the UK, and obviously I live in England, but I've been to Scotland many times. I've been to Edinburgh. I've been to many of the scenes that were filmed in this movie. Actually, most of it was filmed in Glasgow, and to be
that's
honest,
cool.
Glasgow is a lot rougher than
That's
Edinburgh from my experience. It's funny because it actually takes place in Leith, which is a suburb in the north of Edinburgh. But in the book, that's where it's set. But it's filmed in Glasgow because Glasgow just feels a little bit grittier. And yeah, I think the reason it's my comfort movie is because I just love style. I love style. I love depth. And if I want to feel something, like why do I watch films really now at this point in my life versus when I was a child or a teenager when I was just watching them for pure entertainment and dopamine? Like I watch
right.
films because I want to feel something. I want to have some artistic like
Same.
connection to it, and the creativity on display in this film is just exceptional. And the reason it's also comforting for me is because it's short. It's like
Right.
94 minutes.
I
It's
love
not
that part.
94 minutes. And it's snappy, isn't it?
Yes.
The editing's snappy. There's breathing time, And yeah, the pacing is just
The
absolutely
pacing
perfect,
is
I'd say.
incredible. It starts off like it's like a Breaking Bad style pacing, but it definitely gives you time to breathe where Breaking Bad doesn't, which is not a bad thing for Breaking Bad. It's just not my personal type of thing that I like. I like to actually like be able to settle down and realize what's going on. Like the
Mm.
one, but before I say what I want to say, since you brought up Glasgow, Scotland, Glasgow, uh, what is it? Is it Glasgow or Glasgow?
Glasgow. Well, you're Scottish,
Glasgow.
you
Ah,
can't even
fuck.
fucking you can't even pronounce the
There.
fucking name of the country, like. Yeah.
There's a whole
I must.
the Gareth Marenghi Dark Place. There's a whole episode. I think it's the
Oh.
fourth or third episode where the guy shits on Scotland, and I won't talk about what happens. But since you brought that up, he talks shit on Glasgow, however you pronounce it. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
that just
not
reminds
nice.
me of it. No, and they're talking shit on this movie about Scotland too. So it's like these two pieces of cinema. Well, I guess that was TV, but have made me
Mm.
be very wary of what Scotland really is like and going there. But hey, I'd still like to go. But I know they're
It's
just
it it's funny because
half
it's
joking.
this
But
this film, even though it's a Scottish film, it's a British film because everyone, well, whether you're Welsh, you're Northern Irish, even if you're Irish as well,
Ohioan,
whether you Ohioan,
Ohio.
if you live around these areas, the Great British Isles and Ireland, you can relate to this film because the structure of like our society is very, even though it has differences and we have cultural differences, we're coming from the same like substrate, really, like how Renton says when they go hiking. Oh, I love that scene where they're like, uh, Tommy obviously is the cleanest, isn't he? And he's like, it's a fucking great outdoors. And he's like, just because you fucking split up with your man and you're going through a bad time doesn't mean you have to drag us into it. And obviously, I love this movie because of the accents.
they. Oh
I
yeah,
love the voices. I love the I can recite so much of this film. I've watched it millions of times. Don't know when I first watched it, to be honest. It's just, again, it's just one of them things you've got to watch in the UK at some point because it's our like gift. It's one of our gifts to the world, really, in terms of filmmaking.
yeah. No, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I mean, I have to watch it again because I definitely, you definitely know it way better than I do after a first watch. You can't catch everything, but as you're saying
Yeah,
this
because
stuff,
it's
I'm starting to
fast.
catch more of it. Yeah, it's fast. You got to really pay attention.
If
Um,
you, it's a very rewarding film to rewatch in terms of technicalities, and I was analyzing it like mad last night. I've watched it God knows how many times. Watched it in a 4K Criterion, big
that's
ups
awesome.
Criterion. And yeah, every time I watch it, I'm just it's like not like the first time. It's always different. I always pick on up on different things because even though it's fast and self-contained, there's so much depth because every single line, every single shot has something to it that you can unpack. It's crazy, and the like I was saying before, the way they use shadows and color to depict how the characters are feeling. Like, Renton for most of the film is just a grey, disheveled man, and
Yeah.
then
And then when it gets his real
goes
estate
to
job,
London.
yeah,
Yeah, I go to London. I'm part of the economy. That's what I took from watching it again. That I've always picked up on, but now I've figured out what does choose life mean, and it's a very very cynical um, sort of a message. It's that, yeah, you know what, Renton, by the end of it, he chooses life. He chooses the normal
hmm
consumer life of the average person who still consumes and is still addicted to big fat fucking television, footy on telly, fucking
right.
fabric softener, because that's the parallel that it's making. It's saying that, you know what, these addicts, heroin addicts, the most extreme addicts, you know what, you're not far off them. You're not far off becoming someone like that, and that's why Tommy is probably the moral like center point of the film, because he was clean, had a great relationship, and then one little thing, that fucking video, Tommy, that sets off him towards dying of fucking
Yeah, that
toxoplasmosis.
was that was a crazy thing. I knew as soon as he asked that, what's heroin? Like, it was kind of like how the Wasted movie was. That maybe that was a nod to Train Spotting. I don't know. Uh,
Another
oh
donation.
wow, geez. Um, should I say those things? I don't know. I don't
Tung
want it
tung
to.
sahur trrrrapapapati masu sa baka mo guys Fortnite.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
I agree.
I agree too. Thank you so much for the £6. I appreciate it. You guys are doing work for me. Wow, this is uh, I'm losing my mind here. I don't ever get this many donations. This is crazy.
What's going on?
Let's do a podcast every day. No, I'm kidding.
A
But
100-hour podcast featuring Vivec and Tales from the Crypt.
but
What's your
yeah,
who's your
no.
fa- right? I'm gonna ask you some questions about this film since I know
Guess
a lot about it.
guess who you think is my favorite character from that film?
Right. So, because I've got a favorite character who's like compelling and has layers to him, and I've got the favorite character for like fun. Is your favorite character Bigby?
Yes, it is.
It has. He is
He's
the
great.
greatest Scottish villain of all time.
Oh my gosh, dude! I like it's kind of similar to Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. Like you hated
Yes.
him, but you rooted for him at the same time. You're like, why am I infatuated with this guy? He's a terrible person. Uh,
Everyone in the UK knows someone like these people. Even if you're not from Scotland, if you're from the UK, and if you're from if you're from like an economically deprived area, which I'm not, but there are areas around here that I mean, to be fair, I am because I'm in the wider area of it being like a working class like environment. I've been to places like the settings in this film, so many pubs, working men's clubs, conservative clubs out in the town, and no matter where you go, the UK has this flavour and essence to it that is channeled through this film. And Bigby, I've met many Bigbys in my life, and they're scary because
yeah,
what's their addiction? What's their addiction? It's fear and anger and hatred and excitement via like action, isn't it? Like I'm
right.
not gonna fucking put toxic chemicals in my body, man, but I will fucking glass a fucking wee lassie. That's what he's like because that's his buzz. That's his buzz, isn't it? Is action and excitement. So the parallel between him and the other cast is that yeah, he doesn't use drugs, but he drinks and he
Jeez,
smokes.
imagine if he found the lament of configuration on the ground. Oh, that'd be perfect for him. He'd be like, "Oh, fuck, I want every pleasure."
Fucking Cinnabates, man.
These fucking Cinnabites, the poison
But
chemicals, my cork.
doesn't he just doesn't he just steal the scene though whenever
He
it's on
does. I
Robert
loved when he
Carlyle?
was in it. I really loved when he was in it. He was great.
You'll have seen him in. Have you watched 28 Weeks Later?
I saw it when I was younger, but I have not seen it. But I did see. I don't remember it too well. I just know it
He,
happened in the winter time, or it was like
he's
snowing.
28 weeks later. No, the it's you know the beginning of it. It's very famous in the house and the all the zombies attack the house and Robert Carlyle's the main character for a lot of that
Oh,
film.
okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
this film really kickstarted so many people's careers. Really, I mean, Ewan McGregor was in Shallow Grave, but then that's what ended up making him a worldwide name that got him into Star Wars. Robert Carlyle from this ended up doing loads of stuff. He was in Ravenous, and then obviously he was in 28 Weeks Later. Loads of stuff. Johnny Lee Miller, who plays Sick Boy, that kickstarted his career and is in a lot of Scottish indie films, and then Ewan Bremner, who plays Spud. Spud, he was actually the guy who plays Spud. He actually played Mark in this Trainspotting like stage plays in theatre
Oh
before the
wow.
film came out in the 90s. So, but when it came to the casting, they ended up casting him as Spud, and I think he's perfect as Spud because everyone knows a Spud, the
Right.
innocent sort of moron that doesn't do anyone any harm and that has just got caught up in this world. Like
Yeah.
he's the most innocent of the group, isn't he? And that's why
I felt so bad for him, but he
yeah,
ended up pretty good for him near the end, though. So I
yeah.
don't know what happens in
Renton gives him a
Trainspotting
bit of.
too. So, but I'll have
Oh
to
yeah,
watch
we'll
it
get into that.
eventually. But I remember there was one guy I noticed from another movie that you haven't finished yet. You said you're trying to, but it's hard. Is Session 9? The Peter Mullen, the drug dealer guy.
Oh! There's a
Yeah, he
character
was
from
in
that in
he was in
Trainspotting.
Session 9. He's like the main. It's what's circled around in that whole movie. So that was I knew when I saw his face. I'm like, who is that? That guy looks so familiar. But yeah, he was in there. Trying to
What the
see.
fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah, Kelly MacDonald. She was in No Country for Old Men. Apparently, they were in
Oh yeah, Peter Mullen.
Harry
Yeah. Oh, he
Potter.
plays Mother Superior. Yeah. There's a lot of yeah, Harry Potter, yeah, Moaning Myrtle, yeah, hello, I haven't got I'm Moaning Myrtle, like, yeah, she's in this. She's
Hmm.
obviously very famous for the Spud scene when she takes him back to her gaff. That's so funny. So many British people can relate to this film, even if you're not a fucking. You don't have to be a junkie to relate to this film at all.
No, you
It
don't.
touches upon so many elements of life in general.
Hmm.
Um, but just being like a, if you're like a, I don't know, like a guy or girl, young person in the UK, and you've gone out a lot, socializing, drinking, and partying, the sort of places you end up at, like after the night out, after the club, is often like the places depicted in this film. So it's interesting for, I think, people like yourself and other cultures to, this is a window into sort of the darkness of UK life, really, how it actually is for a lot of people, you know. And I think this film really just put, put that idea on the map that, oh wow, there's some really dark shit going on in the UK, and it's not just about drugs. It's about, what is this film really about? It's that these people find meaning, the most meaning in this substance, and other people find other meanings in other stuff, like I have a job and I've got a family and I've got a television, and you
They're
know,
all
these
addicted to
people,
something, you know.
yeah, yeah, it's all about addiction on on every level, and sort of conformity. And what is Mark really? And even in the book explores him a bit, a lot more, where he's very counterculture. He doesn't want to live the normal life. Like he doesn't see any meaning in living the normal. I will
Right.
get a job and I will have a family and I will have a kid and I will be happy. It's like he can't. He's not able to operate from that mindset,
Yeah,
and
no,
everyone in the
it's
film
hard.
doesn't understand that.
Yeah, no, it's like, well, it's like the mafia and Sopranos. They don't want to do a regular job or nothing. They're like used to the life, and heroin is their life, and being trapped in the UK, you know, that's their life. They only know what they got over there, so it's like you got to make fun of it somehow, and then it's hard to escape
Mm.
with the heroin. And the one thing I wanted to point out that was probably my favorite scene in the whole movie is when he's going through the withdrawal without anything, and
Is
all
that your
those.
favorite scene?
Yes, at least for the first watch, it is. But yeah, it really reminded me like what was going on there, like seeing the hallucinations and stuff, and how much meaning that, how much impact that scene had. It reminded me of the 2001: A Space Odyssey Stargate sequence. I don't know if that makes sense
Yeah.
to you, but that's
No, it does.
it literally like it feels like it's something similar to that. Like that movie had that scene, and Trainspotting had this scene where it's like it's a constant motion of a story that's being told that's not really saying anything, but it's telling you what it's saying. But you don't need to, like, you know, it's they're not talking. I mean, they're, well, some of the hallucinations were talking, of course, but you know, all of his stuff that was all in his mind. And seeing the baby was definitely, that was kind of a horror movie image right there when he turns
Yes.
his head around and he was the dead baby, not the alive baby. It was
It
the
turns into a
dead
real
baby.
life horror movie, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, and I guess they could have gone a little longer with it. That's the thing with these movies, that they just seem to not fully get, which is not a problem, is the longness of heroin withdrawal. I know I've never done heroin, of course, but I know
Yeah.
withdrawal, and I know how dangerous it can be. And people go through, like, maybe they don't go through weeks of it, but you're constantly addicted. But you know, if you're doing heroin every single day, you're going to be going through withdrawal for a while, unless he was there for a little bit. I don't know, maybe the time was different and I just didn't get that part. But
Yeah.
you know, but it was long, but it didn't feel long in like the grand, like the whole like
It's a it's a
time.
small case study into what the journey of recovery is like. Hell, but it
Yeah.
literally, but you go through hell. You thought you were going through hell on heroin. No, you're now in hell when you get off it. Like that's when it really begins, and you have to ride through it. And that I like that it's very short and snappy, because it's like, yo, this is just the beginning. And yes, obviously, there's a time skip to go into London and etc. And that's just for, again, for pacing. I guess they
Right.
really did. They studied the
Yeah.
book very well. It's interesting you mentioned 2001, because did you know the nightclub, the Volcano Club that they go to, is actually
Mm.
designed after the milk bar from a Clockwork Orange?
Oh no, I didn't know that. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
there's a lot of trivia for this film that I just know in the back of my head.
Well, you
Like
just keep on saying it, man. We gotta people gotta hear it. I gotta hear
what
it.
I know off the back of my head, like the toilet sequence, all of the feces
Mm.
was it's chocolate. It's like chocolate sauce. Obviously,
Okay, good.
it's amazing how
It looked real.
how well that was done. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
it feels like the worst toilet ever. I've
I
been to some horrible
audibly,
toilets in Scotland, and they're
yeah,
horrible.
I audibly freaking dry heaved a little bit there. It was bad, but I think what made me dry heave more was when Spud woke up to shitting the bed. I think that was even more gross. I was like, wonder what he did. Did she chop off his dick or something, or like what is it? Why is it not
I
brown?
mean,
Did he pee? Did he come? And then it was shit.
he's got so leathered he shit himself, and I've
Oh
known
man,
people. Honestly,
constipation.
drinking culture in the UK is exceptionally dangerous. Like we go hard as fuck, we really do. There's a whole culture. I mean, everywhere has a culture of drinking, but Jesus Christ, drinking in Britain is on another level. I've known mates who've I've just they woke up like I just woke up and I've shit the bed. And first thing I always thought was like it's
Dang.
literally like that scene off Trainspotting.
I woke up and me shit
The
myself.
toilet sequence and everything is practical. There's
So
so
when
much
they went
stuff
through the
like
toilet, do you know like if there was like a room through there that he went through, or it was just
yeah, it's like a cutaway. It's really weird how they've done it. It's a lot of like illusory. It's very movie magic again. I don't know how to explain it really. The way they framed it, and it looks like he's going
I'm
into
about
it,
to look
but
it
there's
up.
that. Yeah, it's trippy how they made that. It's trippy film, you know. This very very surreal.
Yeah, it really is. That's one word I got from it was surreal.
My favorite scene, and I've watched it so many times, and I'm always like, what is my favorite part? I mean, my favorite part I have favorite parts for comedy and horror and sort of like profundity. My favorite bit for comedy is by far Bigby's rant in the pub when he's like, "Picture a scene of a fucking week there." Don't pull first, Tommy. Like, where he's literally. I mean, did you watch it with subtitles?
I did. I had to. I usually watch
Because
every
it's
movie
hard
with
to.
subtitles, but yeah, no, this movie I had to. I like it turned
There's a
off, and I'm
lot of
like, no, I need to
words.
turn it back on.
Yeah, I watched it with space. Nymph and I didn't put subtitles on, and I'm not surprised she didn't know what anyone said because there's so much slang
Yeah,
like gaff
no.
and like puff like for life and stuff, the dole very it's Scottish dialect because the book is written literally like it's written in Scottish with the words are so crazy, yeah. So when Bigby throws the pint over the banisters, that whole scene is just hilarious to me because the thing is, I think when you watch it the first time, it's a mixture of fun and horror, and over time, it's now very fun because like the just movie is snappy and energetic, and the lines are very fun. The characters are just rich, aren't they? Like every character feels distinct from the other one. They don't feel like in shitty fucking movies, you just where
Literally.
all the characters just like mold into one. It's not the case here.
Yeah. Um,
But my favorite scene, I would say, is actually the moment where Spud and Renton are in court, and then Spud goes to jail, and then Renton gets off on the basis of getting clean. And that scene where everybody else is really buzzing from like, hey, yeah, you got off. Oh, you're gonna have a great life. Oh, it's gonna be brilliant. Oh, yeah, it's all sunshine and rainbows. And then he saws just like flying by on like times 10 speed, and it's blurred, and it's
oh
just him
yeah.
sat
That
there completely apathetic to everything going on, and I felt so connected to that scene because having been through ketamine addiction and having the withdrawal scene reminded me of my ketamine experiences, not from a physical aspect, from a psychological aspect of like writhing around, and even my parents who have had to deal with all that shit back in the day. It's very very so it touches me on many levels, this film. That's why it's my favorite, because it's not just I love the film because it's fun and it's artistic. It is the closest film to home for me, really. So
yeah. You know what? And now I kind of have what I think I picture the style as. It's if Quentin Tarantino directed a Wes Anderson film. I think that's
Yeah.
probably the best way to put it. Because
That's a really
that's
good comparison, that,
yeah,
yeah, because it's a mixture of, like, the
it's a
framing of Wes
mixture for
Anderson
sure.
and the framing of Wes Anderson and the snappy dialogue-driven, story of Tarantino and the
And
look
the
and feel of, like,
colors, yeah.
the graininess of the film and that, yeah,
Yeah, no, I think that would be that's exactly what I was like when I was thinking of like his snappy style. I'm like, there's someone who does that. I just can't think. But then I'm like, okay, wait, maybe that's what it was. So yeah, that I think that's probably my best way to put it there. But I did write down a lot of stuff. I in the beginning. I wrote down a few things. "Lust for Life," perfect intro song to the movie. I mean
definitely.
and the whole movie kind of surrounds Iggy Pop, which is funny. I like that.
Yeah.
And then the
I I like that scene where they're obviously Spud, no, not Spud, Sick Boy and Mark get off heroin, and obviously for Sick Boy that's a breeze because interestingly, Sick Boy as a character, he has more going on in his life than Renton. He's very business savvy and he has more meaning beyond heroin, whereas Renton doesn't. It's just life, just nothingness and existence. So for him, it's a walk in the park. And when they're aiming at the dog and they're talking about how Sick Boy is saying, well, uh, basically, life, it's first you've got it, and then you've not got it. Like David Bowie, yeah, like all the new songs, like after the heyday is just shite, and it's like obviously it's just they're having a laugh, but they're saying actually something quite interesting about what that happens to a lot of people in life, whether you work homeless, the bottom of the pyramid, if you want to say, or the top of the pyramid, you're a CEO.
Mhm.
Once you have it, and then it can just go like that. And we're always looking for that hit, aren't we? We're
Yeah,
looking for that hit, and
that
that's what a lot of the film is about.
that's basically what happened to Tommy. You know, that
Yeah,
he had all with this and Rent. You say I'll call him Rent because that's what they were calling him
yeah.
in the movie.
Or
Rent.
Rent
He
Boy, Rent Boy.
Rent Boy and Sick Boy. No, Rent Boy. You know, and he took the movie from God, what's his Tommy. He took the movie
Yeah,
from Tommy as sex tape, and I knew it was. I was like, oh, where's this gonna go into now? And you know, losing his girlfriend over that really like he literally caused the death of Tommy, and I
yeah,
think that might have made him feel bad, you know, deep inside. But the heroin is just strips you away from that emotions that it just makes you so deep. And the first thing he did when she knew she lost her baby, will go straight to the heroin. But you know, he's like, I got to get my
yeah.
hit first. Fuck,
Mm.
and I don't care
Yeah,
if your
it's a
baby died.
like
It's
yeah. There's a
my
there's a
heroin.
there's a theme of yeah, there's a theme of selfishness running throughout the film. Everyone is selfish in some regard, whether some people are more morally uh, uh, well, less morally corrupt than others, but everyone is acting from a level of selfishness, and
Yeah,
that's where you get the illusion of being in a community and a tribe and a family of drug users. Because I mean, it's not just about the drug; it's all about the other meaning that the drug brings in, that people, the relationships. Yeah, the Sick Boy has a kid, etc. And yeah, it just as I talk about it, there's so much to unpack. And to Tommy again, like you say, when he gets off heroin, who comes up, it's the ghost of Tommy, because that's really his demon, isn't it? It's the
right.
one thing he doesn't want to reflect upon. Like Sick Boy's selfish actions end up resulting in the death of his son,
Yeah,
and Mark's sort of like almost in jest comedic actions of like, oh, I'll replace the tape of my mate shagging his missus with fucking
shagging
Archie
his
Gemmell.
missus.
Archie Gemmell scoring against Holland in 1978, and yeah, that one little thing set him off, and it shows you that, you know what, someone like Tommy, who was the morally upstanding one, that one thing that can just drag him down. And like, if his mates weren't on heroin and his mates didn't use heroin, he probably would have never gotten on it. He would have just had to deal with the suffering. But instead, he knows that Mark and the boys can help him out with it, the escapism, and actually he gets the most addicted out of all of them. In it,
It
which
made
is
a
a
lot of
parallel with that
sense
last
that would
film we
happen.
watched.
Yeah, yeah, it's exactly that's what I was thinking with the wasted. That's exactly what happened. But I, of course, Train Spotting did it first, but maybe they got it from something else first. I don't know because everything is inspiration from something else. But they definitely got inspired from Train Spotting for sure.
Mm.
Everything is built on each other, which is a good thing. You need to do that. But yeah, no, Tommy. Yeah, that was a very sad way to go. Because he was probably the morally the best. You know, best character in the film. Like he
Mm,
didn't do anything. He was honest. He was an honest man. That's what Renton said his weakness was, that he was honest. That
yeah,
and that shouldn't be a weakness, but it is in a world, you know, where
yeah,
you live in, and like people lie all around you are evil. Like being honest sometimes is a weakness. I think, you know, you should be honest, but like I
mm,
understand, you know, people who do lie. Not if you're a pathological liar or something, but like, you know, someone like Renton, he's like someone like us. We do bad things,
yeah.
but we're good deep down. And he just, but you know, he realized the people around him. I liked at the end what he did. I didn't feel, I was like, that's the perfect decision to do that, to
Yeah.
take the money, and he did give some to Spud, which I'm happy about. But I knew that
It was all for himself though, wasn't it? It's like it was selfishness and
yes,
selflessness, and it was the first selfless thing he'd really done. But it was also selfish in a sense, but like justifiably so, because Renton, after Bigby goes crazy in the pub yet again at the end, that's the moment where he's like, I cannot fucking like be with these people. They're bringing me down. If I want to grow and become, if I want to choose life, I've got to sack these people off. Even though he loves Spud, he can't be around them because
right. Bad things
regardless of
happen.
what. And it's funny how even Spud says when they're in the pub, like, "Oh, what are you going to spend the money on?" He's like, "I think I'll get a bit of speed without bicarb." And it was like Spud's main incentive was to get some actual top quality speed on top of all the other nice things he was going to do. But I think that's when Renton thinks like, "Oh, we've got this money, and what are we going to keep? What we're probably going to do with it? Consume." And
Yeah,
the splitting the money between them, that's not a lot of money really in the grand scheme of things. It can't really change your life, but
no,
all of the money versus the little bit that he gave to Spud could change his
that
life.
could definitely
But does
change his
it?
life. Yeah,
And that's why this movie, even though T2 I think is absolutely amazing, this film also can just stand by itself, because
for
you
sure.
imagine what does Renton go and do, like this man who's seen through the illusion of fucking consumerist life, what is he gonna do? How do you create a new life after all that, especially with how meaningful, like the movie, how many things happen to him because of his heroin addicted lifestyle. It's almost quite exciting, and that's the film sort of gets you into it at the beginning, doesn't it? It's exciting. There's always stuff happening, robbing and doing this. They're doing stuff all the time, they're never bored, and then the dark side of the film comes when it's like, oh, the
The
consequences
Yeah, the
of living this life.
consequences, right? There, it's like a freedom of speech thing in America. We got freedom of speech, but if you say whatever you say, you could make you feel good. Um, but if you say it, words can hurt, and freedom
Mm.
of there's no freedom of consequences. So if you say something bad, you're gonna get hit. You know, you don't be surprised if something happens to you. But yeah, this is, and the same with the mafia. That's what I like. I said Goodfellas before, but like it shows off a glamorous lifestyle in the beginning, like, oh, I fucking moved Tony Cicero's car. I could barely see over the steering wheel. And he's making all this money. I had it all. And then he went to court, and then the whole movie happens, and he ends up
Mm.
being a schnook. Had a rat on his
Yeah,
friends. So
I do love
it's like
a
that.
Rise and Fall movie.
I
Yeah, I'm
love
very,
Rise and Falls.
yeah,
But this one
Scarface, all
ended
these themes.
bittersweet though too.
Yeah,
I
it is.
think
It's bittersweet for him and for us as well, because it makes you think about life and consumerism itself and the nature of just consumption, and how, like I was saying before, how you're not far off these people. Yeah, and especially if you live in the UK, you're really not far off these people. It doesn't matter if you get on heroin. It doesn't matter what you get on. If you're addicted to coke, drinking, or fucking sex, what power, ego. You're drunk on your own ego. Like that's what Bigby is. He's drunk on his own ego, isn't he?
he loves
And
talking
it's
about himself, about everything he
yes.
does and doesn't do.
Yeah. He lies about himself to create manufacture an ego of being the top kid on block, like.
Yeah.
And it's funny how he only has like a few scenes, like he's only in the movie for like probably 10 minutes, and he feels like he's in the film the whole time because his presence is there. He's very like very powerful character is Bigby, and I'm very sure you're gonna love Trainspotting too because of how much more you see of Bigby.
Oh, I'm
It's really
excited.
good.
I'm excited to see what happens to Renton from Big B in there. Um,
Yeah, because it's based upon the next, but there's a few books after Trainspotting. There's Porno, and there's a few others. It's mainly based on Porno, which
Porno?
once. Yeah, that's what the name of the book is. The sequel to
It's called
Trainspotting, or
Porno. Okay,
yeah, not
interesting.
the next. I don't think it's the direct sequel, but it's like the one after that. And T2 takes a lot of like inspiration from everything that happened like after the Trainspotting book. Really, all of the stuff that he wrote. Yeah, it's really interesting. One thing I must say is, I mean, you surely watched No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, I've watched No Country for Old Men.
Well, you know the woman that Mark sleeps with after the club, the actress Kelly MacDonald. She plays Josh Brolin's wife in No Country
Got
for
you.
Old Men.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched it, but I don't remember her being specifically in it.
Mm,
But yeah, no, I should rewatch it soon anyway because it's been
that
so
was big.
about like 5 years since I've seen it. So
That's yeah.
um,
It was funny. The last time I watched this film, Trainspotting, I watched it in Japan with my friend who I went to go and stay with over there, and we watched a
Japan.
load of films. Japan. You know, Trainspotting is very popular in Japan.
Is it
They
really?
love it.
It's probably
Yeah, yeah.
popular everywhere. I think at this point. I
Oh
mean,
my god, I've got so much trivia, man. Like this is some obscure
give us some
trivia. This
more.
there's an anime called Eureka Seven or Eureka Seven, and
Ugh.
the main character is called Renton, and
Oh wow.
he's named after yeah, the character in Trainspotting, and in that show, there's a lot of references to British music and culture. All the characters are named after some like British tidbit. Yeah, main character's called Renton Thurston, and I was like, oh well, that's a nice little bit of trivia. So, the Japanese are over Trainspotting, but I can't do heroin because I get arrested. Um, uh,
as
yeah,
as Adam would say. Oh, nice.
Adam has an interesting critique of this film, and I can
Oh,
never
what is
forget
it?
it. It's a plot hole sort of in terms of like how the movie, even though it's very stylistic and it doesn't have to always make sense, but there's one bit where it goes like, when the film like slows down and becomes not just sort of people doing stuff. So when Spud goes down with the sheets, and obviously he's fucking cacked his pants, man. He shit himself like fuck, and it comes down and he shits himself to the nth degree. Like that sheet is covered in it. How did they not smell it before he opened it? Like
Right.
if you walked into that room with the sheet, everyone would smell it immediately. And I was like, I can never get that out of my head now because it's so
Yeah,
true. Cause
that is
but
true.
but it allowed for that very funny scene of the shit flinging on the fucking
Maybe they
on
were
the
maybe they
family.
were so fucked up or something. Maybe they were doing drugs that we don't know about, and they were just like their senses were taken back. I don't know. There'd be
Yeah, I,
multiple reasons, or it was
I
just
think the main
chocolate.
the main it's chocolate. The
Chocolate.
main reason really is just so it could facilitate that scene to throw shit all. But the book is disgusting. If you think the
Ugh.
movie's disgusting, the
Oh
book is
gosh.
it's grim. Yeah, it's the stuff in the book that they could have never put on a film. In fact, there's little allusions to it. I won't even say it because it's
Mm.
not safe for work. But there's little scenes you'll pick up on, right, as you rewatch it over the years and that, as I've done. And there's little flashes of scenes from the book that are just too disgusting to depict, but they imply them. I won't even get into them, but it's to do with the penile object.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
it's
that
not nice.
sounds horrible.
I love it. I love another bit where Renton at first, when he's trying to come off it at the beginning, he's got all his setup. He's got the porno mag. He's got the telly. He's got the chicken, the shitty Campbell's chicken soup, and that. And
Mm.
then he's got Valium that he procured from his mother, who is by society's
I was gonna
decision
bring
also
that
a
up.
drug addict.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. That was one of my favorite things that he said there. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, isn't that a great example of just like you don't need a really expansive like bit of exposition to say something quite deep. It was just very clever
Yeah,
Tarantino type of writing, that isn't it?
for sure, for sure. I like that. He also,
Um,
that was similar to the, no way I would poison my body with that shite. All them fucking chemicals. Take sip of
yeah,
alcohol. And then the other guy
yeah.
said, "You're wasting your life away." Then he smokes a cig. And then the dad is eating when he says filth. I thought that was a
Mm.
really interesting because filth is like part of what's the seven deadly sin? Is it filth? No, wait. Uh,
There's all of the seven deadly sins are in this
yeah,
film,
pretty
aren't they?
much.
Really,
But
it,
what's the
it,
one I'm
it,
thinking of? Oh, gluttony. That's what I'm thinking of. Like that's
gluttony.
filth and
Yeah,
gluttony. That's
yeah.
what his dad
Can I
was.
get him lost?
And they all smoke
Uh,
cigarettes, all of them.
yep. Yeah, as yeah, as you do in the UK, it makes
Yeah,
it a little
as
bit
you
more
do.
interesting
Yeah.
because the UK, right, is the reason there's a lot of environmental factors to why we're very depressing and bleak because we live in quite a bleak country. It's summer today, and it's been grey skies all day where I live. It's depressing. It is. It really is. I'm not surprised that people find meaning in drugs. In on this shitty little island that I do love this shitty little island because it has a lot of character to it. But it is a bleak, very bleak place for most of it, other than the really beautiful nature spots and where you go to retire and I don't know Canary Wharf if you're a materialist weirdo. But
Yeah.
yeah, most of the UK is run down, economically deprived shitholes.
Oh,
No wonder
nice.
people get on. Yeah, yeah. No wonder people get on heroin. Another thing I loved, one of the funniest scenes is when the American guy walks into bars like, can I use your bathroom, please? And then Bigby just instantly gets up like this. Fucking
Yeah.
doing, man.
That
That
was
that is
funny.
that's a phenomenon in the UK. I mean, in the book, there's lots of allusions to racism and immigration and like white pride and stuff. The book goes
Hmm.
really in depth. Um, but actually, who are the most xenophobic towards Americans because
I would be too.
there's a it's a bit of a phenomenon. If an American walks into a pub anywhere across this country in impoverished places,
Hmm.
everyone will look and turn to them like almost like a film. Not like exactly, but like everyone will be like, "Whoa, there's an American here." And if you're a Bigby like character, you're probably gonna be like, "Oh, fucking Americans, oh pansies, man, I'll fucking do them." Like, um, yeah, it's because I think there's a psychological element there where you know what the Americans are our cousins who like made it quote unquote. They're living in the white picket fences, Beverly Hills, and we have
Yeah.
all of this like these fantasies and illusions of them. And that scene says a lot without saying anything. I think it's really
They
and it's also
chose
just funny
life.
because they chose fucking life, man. Yeah, I could keep going. The soundtrack is
I
just
love the
amazing.
soundtrack. One of my favorite soundtracks to this whole movie is we've been watching. I think this is by far my favorite one because I loved, and it was funny because I noticed the Pink Panthers song. They sampled the song I sent you. I was like, oh wow, I've heard this before, but Pink
Yeah,
Panthers was not alive, or maybe she was born, but it definitely didn't make the song. But she sampled it because
just so iconic though.
she's
Yeah,
very
it's
smart with music. Like I think she got a degree in like music or something like that. But she knows her
she's great.
stuff. She knows her stuff, and she knows the history of
I
UK
hate
and
modern
England.
music. Like most, I don't hate modern music. There's loads of good underground stuff always coming
Yeah,
out.
of course.
But in terms of like popular music, she's awesome because I love electronic, drum and bass, jungle, and then
House.
the way yeah, house, and she's got a great voice. She's probably I'd say the best British artist at the minute in
Yeah, she
terms of
is.
popular scene.
Hmm.
But back when this came out, the big music was Britpop, so Blur and Oasis. Oasis went in it, and they were very angry because they're egomaniacs.
Yeah, as I've heard.
Pulp Mile End, really great tune. But the most iconic tracks are probably the beginning song, the middle song,
Yes.
and the end song. Beginning, Lust for Life. Middle song, Perfect Day, Lou Reed, and then the last one, Underworld, Born Slippy, which is I'd say that's the most iconic British techno tune ever made. It's so amazing because like when it goes into the credits where it's like dun, 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 like proper trance techno, like heavy stuff, but the build up is like this transcendental, ethereal, like it's like Brian Eno meets dance music.
Yeah.
A lot of thought went into the soundtrack to this.
Of course, it's like they matched it for the movie.
Yeah,
Bring up
they've
Goodfellas
even got a
again.
song
They did
called
that.
a final. They've even got a song called "A Final Hit" by Left Field. Like they thought into
Oh,
that like
okay.
big time. Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, no, the soundtrack was great. I loved it. Yeah, no, I was. It made the movie better. It's almost like they scored it themselves for the movie because it fits so perfectly. It's just like I wouldn't want any other soundtrack with it. It mostly had a theme going, like an upbeat tempo type of thing.
mm,
But the Deep Blue Day, of course, that slowed it down. But it
so
was
good.
supposed to be. And I love Deep Blue Day. I love Brian Eno. I love the song Weightless by him. I love that whole album. It's so good. But let's see if I could think of other things here because I did write down a lot.
Cool.
No way he got that up his ass so easy. Yeah, the suppository. I was like, there's no way. And then he shit it out. I said the worst toilet in Scotland. Ain't no way he actually sat on that. So gross. Ugh, now he's digging in there. So fucking nasty. It is quite beautiful shot though when he emerges from the toilet. The Academy Award nod. They started talking about how the Academy Award is like,
That's funny.
yeah, well, what they say? It's useless or something. I forgot what they said, but
They're
and
talking
then they
about they
got
make lots of references to film and
yeah.
culture, don't they? In the book, it's full of pop culture references, and there's
Oh,
lots in
okay.
this as well. But yeah,
And then they
they're
got nominated, right? Or
talking
they
about people
won.
falling off, aren't they? About like James Bond, isn't it? Like, yeah, it's funny that.
Oh, okay,
Do you
yeah.
have them in your sights, Mrs. Moneypenny?
It's shite being Scottish. That was
That's a
funny.
great scene. Great. That's probably. I think that's people. I think out of all the scenes, I think that's the scene I see the most online nowadays. Whenever because it's the 30th anniversary. If people don't know, and another
Jeez.
reason we picked it, 30th anniversary. Yeah, bang on. Yeah, I was born in 1997, so I came out a year after. A lot of my favorite stuff ended up being stuff that came out like the year I was born or the year before because I don't know, I've always resonated with it.
Yeah.
Even though I was a baby, but. What was I gonna say? There's so many fucking things I could say about this film. Like, if anyone's watched Game of Thrones, the the commander of the Night's Watch in the first few seasons, Joe Mormont, is Renton's dad. He's a really
Hmm.
great, underrated British actor.
I've yet to see
Um,
it, so I don't know. But
mm,
I'm sure people do know
yeah,
here.
Game of Thrones features many of the greatest British actors throughout all of our like top productions: Trainspotting, Dead Man's Shoes, This Is England, Doctor Who, everything. Like it's an amalgamation of all of them. Really is. That's why Game of Thrones is very rewarding to watch for a British person who's watched a lot of like British films and TV because you're seeing all of the top G's.
Right.
Um, I love this quote where he says that the downside of coming off drunk was I knew I would need to mix with my friends again in a state of full consciousness where you're actually aware of the fact that you know what, even though Mark and Sick Boy and they all go back to school together, like they're all schoolmates. They're not actually friends. They've just ended up being friends through circumstance. Like Renton really actually wants better friends, deeper connections,
Right.
and then then he gets his deep connection with an underage girl, doesn't he? That's where his deep connection is that he could go to prison for, which is it's disturbing and tragic
Yeah.
actually that element. And I know many lads. Throughout the world and definitely in the UK where you go on a night out and I don't know, you pick up some girl, you think she's hot and she doesn't tell you. Obviously, people would say, "Oh well, the guy should know," and it's like sometimes you don't know.
Yeah, I didn't
And
know
this is
until
something
until he said you were younger. I had no
she did
idea.
not look 15, 16
No,
at
she
all, did
didn't.
she?
But
And
what
that
was her age in real life though? That's the thing. Was it
Oh, Kelly Macdonald. It was her first role as well when she did that. I remember there's a thing she said she was so scared. She knew how big the movie was going to
mhm.
be, and she said every time she did a scene, she'd go and like cry on the toilet because
Oh
she was
wow.
scared that everyone was going to know who she was.
Oh,
Kelly
that's
Macdonald.
she's 20 she was 20 during it or maybe well, probably
Yeah,
19 while filming. So
yeah,
she
but she's
was
in high school in
yeah,
the
she
film.
was
Yeah,
yeah, I didn't know. I'm like, "Wait, why is she going to school?" I'm like, "Why was she at the
yeah,
bar?" That was very
because yeah, it happens. It happens loads. I mean, even in my town, you go out fucking glow rooms, the club nightclub near my town.
do they
You'd go out and you'd be there'd be girls there, and if you're savvy, like, and you're not, and you don't get sucked in, and you're not drunk as well. Also, being drunk completely alters your consciousness. You'll just see girls there,
right.
and they're like, well, they've just got there on their looks, and they've managed to get in through.
They have
They
fake
look a bit
IDs
older.
over there?
There's so many elements: fake IDs, a bit of bribery, and just yeah, I don't know, like coercion, and that's how stuff happens like that. But I noticed a goof. I noticed a goof when I was watching it, and I never noticed it before. When Renton and her have sex, and then she kicks him out. When you see the shot of his penis. Before she kicks him out, he's not got a condom on, and then when he leaves the room, he pulls the condom
Oh,
off his
I
penis.
did notice that. Yeah, yeah. Now that you're
Yeah.
saying that, I was like, yeah, they did show his penis in that, but yeah, I saw him throw away the condom. That was a goof,
It, it
a
was a
big
good shot.
goof.
It's a big good, but it's a good shot. It's a great shot with the
I
shadows and
s-
everything.
I was thinking like, yeah, I was thinking like filming these. Now for me, if I was ever an actor, I wouldn't want to do a sex scene, even though I know it's not real. Like, it's like that's such an intimate moment you're supposed to share with your partner. That's not something you should just do willy nilly with just
That's why
anybody.
I respect actors so much for being able to do that, especially if
Oh
they're in the
gosh,
already like if they're already in relationships as well. That it
yeah,
takes a
no,
lot. People don't realize
I
how
wouldn't do
much
that.
creative vigor and like have you locking it in mode you've got to get into for that. Someone just asked, have you ever been to Edinburgh? So Trip Keeper hasn't, but I've been to Edinburgh a few times, and yeah, there's many iconic shots in this film that are from Edinburgh. But like I said before, most of the film isn't shot in Edinburgh; it's shot in Glasgow because it's hell on earth.
Right.
We have such sights to show you.
We have such Edinburgh to show you.
Yeah, it's one of these films I could just go on about it for ages and ages and ages. To be honest, even in when we do Trainspotting 2, I'll think of it, like connections between them because some stuff I want to say about this film I can only say in the
Right.
context
Yeah, because I
of
haven't
the second
watched it.
film.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I think I want one thing I will say is that I think people I've seen a few criticisms online to this film, and I've it's clearly from other non-English or non-Scottish
that makes
countries
sense.
where they're like, oh, people don't talk like this in real life.
Oh
No, brother,
gosh.
you go up to Scotland, mate. People talk like this. Did you know I think because we have the English language was spawned by us, we naturally have this like advantage to I'd say take advantage of the language, and that it's very poetic and sort of rhythmic, isn't it, the way people
Yeah.
speak in this. And the book is just written like how people speak up in Leith, where Irving Welsh, the writer, is like, this is just that's just fucking how I speak, man. Like it really is.
Hmm.
I've heard people speak like this, and it's not due to the film, but obviously this film has influenced like British vernacular like mad. But we
Yeah.
do like Cockney rhyming slang, we do speak strange, and I think for people
You
in other
do? No.
cultures may fucking yeah, fucking right, man. Yeah, people in other cultures, I don't think can fathom that. They're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
this isn't real. This is I can't relate to it. It's not actually realistic." It was like, no, this is realism meets style. It's hypercharged of style, but it's also very realistic, despite how
Yeah.
ridiculous and goofy it is. But to be honest, British life is fucking strange. Anyone who follows me on
Mhm.
Instagram has probably seen my video the other day. I went and I'm doing I'm spoiler alert. I'm writing a video game, and I'm going into like pubs and places that I grew up in and stuff, and getting like photos and videos. And I went and around my like local hotel slash pub, and it's very much like the pubs in Trainspotting, where
Mhm.
the whole decor and it's weird. It's got this Twin Peaksy
Mm.
fucking strangeness to it, and yeah, the UK is a very surreal place. We've got some weird energies over here that I don't think people actually realize are real until you come over and you're like, fuck. Like when Space Nymph came over, and I showed her a lot of British like cultural landmarks in terms of film.
Yeah.
Then when we'd go out to the pub and we go out, and she was like, "Bro, this is literally like Trainspotting in real life." And I was like, "Yeah, it is." And I live in Lancashire. I don't even live in Scotland, but we're closer. Being up north, I'm closer to Scotland, so I think I can watch this film without subtitles and know exactly what they're saying, because some of the slang that I use actually has come from Scotland, and vice versa.
Right. Yeah, no, that's I definitely thought it was realistic. Like I had no doubt in my mind that the dialogue wasn't something that they would easily talk about there, because it just seemed everything was so real like already, but like the dialogue definitely added to it, and I could definitely see them talking like this over there. Like that's the last thing that I thought would be a critique about the movie was the dialogue. That's insane that
Yeah,
people actually think that. That's crazy. Like I don't have to
I
go
think
there
for
to
some
know
people,
that.
they can't connect to. I mean,
They
let's
can
say
only
this movie.
speak American. Well, I don't know Scottish,
No,
fucking bears. That's the only language I speak.
that's literally them.
Piss
Now,
ants on my dick. Oh, marry my cousin.
now, now, Bigby, you've been speaking Scottish your whole life, but why don't you speak
Get the
normal
hell
English
out of
like
here,
me?
Hank. Go wash
Yeah, I
my
think
beer.
For some people,
Okay.
in it, I don't think they can. I don't think they can connect with that though, can they? Like they, I don't think they
I
can
mean,
connect
I
with
will
other
say it's
cultures.
definitely you gotta watch it with subtitles if you really want to understand it because yeah, I had no idea shite was actually what they say. Not
Yeah, we
shit.
say we
Like
don't say shit. Like we say, you
that's
know, like you
crazy. I
say,
didn't know that was
you
actual word.
you say ass, we say ass. Like I
Arse.
say, yeah,
Yeah.
ass. Fucking put. I mean, I when I talk, folks, I have to sort of like maintain some level of finesse. I don't actually talk. I talk like this. I'm from up north. I talk like that. I'm fucking like from Lancashire, man. Like it's like Oasis, man. I talk like that. Like you usually because because it's relaxed. That's how we communicate. Like
Of
as a
course.
people in the UK,
As a
we're
people.
very almost as a people, very strange dialects, and that's the beauty of the
I
UK is
love
how
it.
diverse it. Yeah, I think it's very infectious for other people, and we love it as well. Like one thing we do love about our culture is that how weird it is, and that's why I can watch this film and laugh the whole way through because it's just so it's funny because of how accurate it is. Like when something's that accurate, like I was talking about, Obsession. I was laughing at it at points, even with points where I think people would probably be scared because I was like, this is so. When I appreciate art so much, I almost laugh at how like fucking great it is. I'm like, this is just amazing. Like this is the genius, and then I tap into the how it must have been to create the film. Like, imagine being Robert Carlyle playing Bigby, and you get to that last scene where he smashes the gaff up in that
Oh,
room. He's
had to be so much fun.
going beast mode. Like, I bet he popped a few blood vessels, but I bet it was so
Oh
much
yeah,
fun getting to smash it up. He'll have had the most fun playing a character in this film by
for sure.
far.
I'm
So
sure like every single person had fun doing it too, but yeah,
yeah,
he definitely had the most fun for sure. I was thinking about that. I'm like, damn, that must be fun to play.
absolutely.
uh,
Yeah, I don't know what else I can say. It's just it's for me it's the 10 out of 10 film. It's my favorite non-animated film for multiple reasons, and I'm not I haven't broken record. I've talked about this before, but I mean it's just life, isn't it? And the last one I said, I related to that film because I had my first girlfriend was addicted to heroin, and actually in a very cruel, dark twist of fate. I remember when my first girlfriend was like airing the idea of she was on Darknet and stuff. Like she was the only person around our area who like got onto Darknet and managed to get like premium drugs really.
yeah.
So she became a dealer, and then she sort of went through the whole the drug taking sort of pipeline where I've done them all and I've done all the hedonism that ties us into Hellraiser as well. God for fucking hell, if my first girlfriend got the lament she then naturally ended up on heroin because it was like it's the last thing, the last one. All the other drugs and all the other hedonism didn't give you meaning. It's like the final thing that you out of desperation. And when she aired the idea to do it, I was like, I'm going to show you two films to try and like
Mm.
put you off it or try and enlighten you. And instead she romanticized Train Spotting and Requiem
Oh
for a Dream.
gosh.
And what's do you know what's mad? Trainspotting 2 came out when we were going out in 2017, and we went to go and watch it in the cinema together. And like I thought she was clean, and she wasn't. And she got back on it after we watched Trainspotting 2 because it
Oh,
reminded her, because she's picking up on all of the meaning and the fun of the film, and not and completely ignoring the horror. And I was like, wow, that's some
right.
twisted psychology, isn't
And
it?
that's on her at that point. If you want to, because that made me. I don't know how you could watch that movie and want to do heroin. I mean, that makes you not want to do it in the most complete way. Oh man, the only thing that would make
Yeah,
that movie made me want to do was freaking smoke a cigarette. But the
we
most
yeah.
movies do that.
They make cigarettes smoking very cool, and I love all the characters. My favorite obviously is Bigby for the entertainment, but I always have really liked Sick Boy as a character because he's got that bravado of like he's wearing sunglasses, he thinks he's really cool. He's like the coolest of them all, isn't he? He's got it all sorted out. He's sort of like the ladies' man as well, but
Yeah,
actually he's a very dark character that doesn't show anybody. Like he's dark in private. That's what I
right.
like about him, and it explores him more in the second one. Um, and yeah, he won't tell anybody he's how bad he feels about shit. Like obviously he says, "Oh, well." Renton implies that it's a walk in the park for him to get off heroin, and whilst it looks like it, it definitely wasn't because everyone's going through it in this film in some way. Big B's going through it, but he'll never admit it. Like, but he's the angriest and most
Yeah,
unhappy of them all. But he
right.
uses anger. He uses anger to escape like the feeling of suffering, doesn't he? And another great bit. that I think this is very prescient actually for the today we live in. When they go to the club in London, Big B and Renton says like, in the year 2060 there'll be nothing, there'll be no boys and girls, just wankers. It sounds pretty
I,
good to me. And now we live in that world.
uh, yeah, no, that was probably my favorite line in the whole movie. Oh, I love
Because
that line.
He goes down to London and he sees how much more progressive and liberal London is in terms of gender and like just life, and that's what obviously how Bigby ends up getting with that cross dresser. I was like, which obviously this is a cross. I'm saying cross dresser in the context of the '90s. Don't worry, folks, we're not transphobic. Um, yeah, is that's a really interesting little bit, like little bits like that in this film. And this film has a lot of little bits that add up to being something really special, I think. And
And by the end of
it's
it,
always the
you're like, awesome.
yeah, it's the film I always come back to out of, and my favorite films are often like animated films. It's my favorite, like real film about real things, real dark stuff that strikes a chord with you, and it always is. And I can watch it all the time. Like I can literally just put it on. Like last night, I thought, do I really need to watch Trainspotting again? I know everything about it, and then I'm glad I did because I picked up on the bit where he pulled the condom off, and other little bits like I noticed that about the Volcano Club being like a reference to Clockwork Orange, and I thought because if you think about it, Kubrick, Danny Boyle, who makes this film, he is probably our modern, not modern Kubrick in terms of like output, but in terms of like how prolific he is. Like my guy's made Trainspotting, he's made 28 Days Later. This guy has influenced worldwide cinema, and he's fucking Scottish. Like, oh wait, is he Scottish?
Yeah, I think he is. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny Boyle. Oh no, he's from. Oh my god, it all makes sense.
What
Danny
happened?
Boyle. Danny Boyle is from Radcliffe, which is from Lancashire. So I
Oh
live in the
wow,
same county. That's where I can sense it. That's where I could sense a little bit of the Lancastrian energy in this film. So no
Lancastrian.
wonder, no wonder. Like that's the thing, isn't it? It's like how can it not be my favorite film in terms of how my life has gone? Like
You're
how
pretty much
people.
connected to it through everything. So yeah, it
Yeah,
makes
every single
sense.
element of every single element of it is a bit of me, really. So it's like I was always going to relate to, but even if I didn't live my life, it still would be one of my favorite films because it excels in so many areas of film that I love, and I know you love dialogue as well. Dialogue is one of my favorite things
Dialogue's
about
great.
films.
You ever see the movie Clerks? I forgot if I have
What's
asked you
that?
that.
Ooh,
It's the
wait,
black and white film. Kevin
is
Smith
the
made it.
yes, Kevin Smith. I've watched a lot of his films, but I've actually not watched that one, which is really weird.
Clerks is one of my favorite movies ever. But there
All right.
that movie is dialogue heavy. That's like an American movie right there. It's not like Train Spotting, but it's such a good comedy. It's not like dark in any way. But I mean, some of it can be near the end, but no, that's all dialogue. And
Someone
Rob,
just asked, "Do you ever call people wankers?" But if you want to get a bit of insight into UK culture, bloody wankers, mate. We're a lot darker and grittier, and it's just true. Even Southerners know it. It's the
what do
truth. The
you
more north,
what do you call them?
I well,
Sorry.
oh god, we could get fucking, you might get limited ads or something for the amount of
Oh, maybe not say it
expletive.
then.
No, it'll
Oh,
be fine. I've sworn so many times. I mean, I use the word cunt a lot. I mean, we swear loads so much in the UK because we're just savage people deep down. And
savages.
wanker is a bit. That's what bell end. You fucking Jap say. There's a lot of
Hmm.
there's interesting words in Train Spotting where he says I ken it. He'll be like, oh, he
Huh.
fucking kens it. He kens it, which means he knows it. Like he understands it. Like, oh, you got to get off heroin. You ken it yourself, which means you know it deep down, and that's like some mad, like that's another language, that bro.
Yeah. Mm. Well, there you go. Hopefully that answers your question, Peanut Dubber. I never call
Yeah,
people wankers because we just don't use that language. But
bloody
uh,
wanker, mate.
yeah. But do you have anything else to add to the movie? Because I am bleached out. I don't have nothing else
almost
to add.
bleached. Almost bleached the sick boys burn it like. Nah, it's fucking great. Everyone I know loves it. I've never met someone who doesn't like it. It's peak.
Peak.
Not to spoil our Requiem for a Dream talk, but this is the best.
I definitely enjoyed it more than Spun, Wasted. Smiley Face, all the movies we watched. I think I might like it probably more than Requiem for a Dream, only because it's not because maybe it's a better movie, but it's because I can actually sit and watch it
Yeah.
without having to squirm and feel like I'm gonna die. But the
It's
poop got me though. That it
yeah.
was gross, but they purposely did that. So yeah.
Oh, I'll leave it on that one final note because I mean I'm so twisted to talk about it as my comfort movie, but it does get to me. It always does. It always does. The two scenes that always actually make me feel sorrow and
Mm-hmm.
or lament
Yeah.
is
Ooh.
is the withdrawal scene because I can relate to that
Yes.
a bit through addiction, not through heroin withdrawal, but for ketamine withdrawal, the
Of
psychological
course.
stuff, and just being like feeling empty and people not understanding it and just wanting you to get better. Like, oh, you're off heroin, your life's gonna fix itself. No, 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 no.
No,
Um,
that's the
but
first step.
the baby scene always gets to
Oh,
me. But
yeah.
I think the literal time, the moment, the literal second that gets me every time is when Renton loses it as his mum and dad walk out the room in the withdrawal scene when he's
Mm,
like, I just need one more fucking hit because
right.
that's all he's been doing up to that point. Is like, yeah, I'll get off it, but I'll just have it one more time. Yeah, I'll get off
Right.
it, but I'll just do it one more time, and I'll be able to savor it. And that can never ever happen. And I've spoken to so many
No.
heroin addicts, and for someone like who's been addicted to heroin, like this is absolutely it's so beautiful and dark and twisted but amazing that we have these two movies, Requiem for a Dream and Trainspotting, to actually let addicts feel like they're not alone in it. That's what's beautiful about it.
Yeah. No. That's what was good about it. But yeah, I agree with you 100% there. What
Mm.
was I gonna say about that? That's oh wait, I don't remember. But I give it a 92 out of 100 right now. What do you
Oof.
give it?
Specific, I love the specifics. Yeah, 100 out of 100,
100
10
out
out
of
of 10.
100.
I don't dislike anything about this film at all. That's how I know a film is my favorite, because I just don't dislike anything about it, and I'm
Right.
there from the minute it starts to the minute it ends. I'm there. I'm not distracted. I'm tuned in every time, and I've watched it. God no, I've not even kept count of how many times I've watched it, or even when I first watched it, probably as a
Yeah.
teenager.
It's a
And it's followed me throughout my life. Before I knew what drugs were, I watched it because it was a famous film, and it's just one of them like must sees for
yeah.
British people. And then when my girlfriend got heroin, obviously reappreciate it again. And then
Mhm.
last night I reappreciated it again, having been through addiction and all this stuff myself.
Mhm.
So get it, watch, folks, if you never watched it. But we did just spoil pretty much all of it. But who cares?
Who cares? But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. But yeah, I'm gonna start rating movies and reviews and give them actual numbers out of 100. So I started
Yeah,
changing a few of them, but yeah, I think I might start doing that. Because I
I like the
want,
specifics.
yeah, because sometimes I give a movie, let's say I give it a 4, like that could be anywhere from like a 78 to a 84 or something, something like that, or 85 even. Like I don't know, like movies can be like, I want to be very specific with it. But yeah, no, it makes it easier. Train spotting, you know like you said, I mean, I don't really have anything wrong with it. Just for some reason, I don't think it's a perfect film for me. But I did really love it. Like it's still like it's close to a
Yeah,
perfect
yeah,
film.
and
But
that's amazing as well. It's a testament to the film's quality. So detached from living in Leaf, injecting heroin with a bunch of fuckheads, you can relate to it and love it. And the reason it takes it to the next level for
yeah,
myself and I'd say British people is because it culturally means a lot to us, because it's like our gift to the world, and to say, yo, we can do Hollywood, we can make stylistic films on
right.
par with the best films.
Definitely could be one of
Um,
my favorite British films for sure.
you, you'll
But
you'll return to it, and I would say to a lot of
for
people
sure,
who are watching and listening, for the next one, if you've only ever watched Trainspotting, definitely. I mean, read the book if you love
I'd
Trainspotting. It's
I,
so fun.
I'd
It's
like
so
to
fun.
read the book. Yeah.
And watch Trainspotting 2, and yeah, get ready for our discussion in the future on T2, because
Hmm.
we'll probably like
Uh,
stitch it onto the, like what we're doing really at the minute is like we've got the drug movie, and then we stitch like another movie on top of it,
yeah.
whether it's related or not. Well, that's like the extra
Yeah.
bit, which we will
Um,
be getting into very
but
soon.
I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom, so keep them educated.
Goodbye forever. Toxic fucking chemicals, man. Yeah, it's nice to finally talk about this film. I've loved it my whole life, so it's cool to unpack your thoughts finally and not have them swimming around in the fucking in my noggin like. Bing, bing. So we're going to talk about Hellraiser next, by the way. Hellraiser from 2022.
Oh,
So if you've never
bloody
seen
hell.
that, go and watch it right now and come back. You don't need to watch Hellraiser the first one, by the way, the original. But if you do, it's probably a bit more enjoyable, unless you're a nerd that is unhappy with the decisions they made. Another thing I'll say about Trainspotting is I often put the soundtrack on. Out of all the film soundtracks, it's this film soundtrack I go to the most. Other than I get it cool that Trip Keeper made the comparison with Tarantino, that frenetic energy and the eccentricity to it, and it's reflected in the soundtrack. And you can sort of relive the film through the soundtrack. I like how every time I listen to Lust for Life, I can't disassociate it from Trainspotting or Perfect Day. All the film, all the music in this film that's famous can be conjoined with the experience of this film. It's just inseparable. My favorite drug film is Fear and Loathing. I could quote that movie all day. Yes, that's also one of my absolute very favorite films that it looks like we're going to be covering next time because the poll on Trip Keeper's channel overwhelmingly picked Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas over Requiem for a Dream, which is interesting. And I have a lot to say about. I have a lot to say about Bad Country.
I'm coming back. Hold up.
Baby, come back. Baby, come back to me and fucking get that skag out your fucking arms, like. Sorry for anyone who doesn't like swearing. I'm on autopilot. This is the curse of being British and grizzly.
Baby, come
Oh,
back.
maybe one thing I'll say before
You
we
can
go.
lay it all
The guy
on
who played
me.
Spud. The guy who played Spud was in a lot of films. He's in Snatch, another very famous British film, and he's also in Pon.
Okay, I'm back.
I've done it. I've kept him sushi.
Fucking hell, thank you, mate. Drinking kombucha now, Scottish bucha.
I'm just about to finish mine right now.
Oh, look at you. Let's go. Shout out kombuchas. Hey, if Brew Doctor or any kombucha brand is out there and you want us to promote your kombucha, we will. We love kombucha. We love kombucha. Okay. Not me personally. I don't eat anything healthy. I just eat McDonald's, Big Mac, and my big.
It's still healthier than us.
Right. But okay, so that was a long talk about Trainspotting. Now it's time. We are going to talk about this. Wasn't planned until this morning, or maybe even last night, to talk about the 2022 Hellraiser. And the reason why we're going to talk about it, well, there's a few reasons. One of them, it's a great film. We love it. Secondly, it ties in with drug addiction with the main character. And thirdly, there's some discourse that Vivec wants to mention between Hellraiser fans and this movie's perception. So I want to get into that too. So yeah, I really love this movie. You know, my friend always told me to watch it. Not like all the time, but he always said like, "Well, that new Hellraiser is good." But I never had Disney Plus or Hulu, so I couldn't watch it. And then last night, or what was it? 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, I was looking. I was like, I want to watch a horror movie. What can I watch? And I went on Tubi. I'm like, oh, that Hellraiser. And I saw you post about Hellraiser. I knew.
Yeah,
I
because
always.
I watched Hellraiser Hellworld, the eighth one, just at my
Yeah.
movie club on Tuesdays, and I bring slop. I bring the slop, and my mate brings the art house films, and I was like, I'm gonna bring like some horror slop. I was like, oh, I
There you
could
go.
like a fun one, but I'm gonna bring some shit. Hellraiser
Shite.
Hellworld is hilarious, by the way.
Sounds awesome. But yeah, I saw him post it, and then I've watched Adam's review up until the spoiler talk of it, and I'm like, you know what? Let me watch it. And man, I was blown away. Now, for me personally, we're gonna get into this a little bit, but the original Hellraiser, I am not a big fan of it. Neither is Vivek. He'll talk about it, but yeah, no,
I think I
for
like
me,
it more than you.
yeah,
I don't love it.
you definitely do because I really like. I might have to rewatch it again, but I really don't want to. Like, it's just so boring. I don't really mind the sexual nature of it. It's just like I don't like watching movies with cheating or infidelity. I'm just not that type of person to enjoy a movie
Mm,
like that. But I know that was part of it. That's part of the movie. But it's just like I
mm.
don't like those characters. Um, but um, yeah, no.
I think the first film, the best parts about it for but me and you is just the Cenobites and the
Cenobites,
Cenobite
yeah,
world.
for sure.
They steal the show. I mean, Pinhead and the gang, the Cenobites, as depicted in yeah the 80s or whenever it came out. Yeah,
The
they're fucking
Cenobites.
Ramstein BDSM fucking kink
Oh gosh, yeah.
industrial metal group. It's interesting how they depicted them because if nobody knows, I'm big into Hellraiser. I've read the Hellbound Heart and the second one I can't remember
I
what it's
was
called.
listening to it on YouTube when I was going to sleep, but I didn't hear it because I felt.
Yeah, yeah, the Cenobites are very accurately depicted in this new film. That's actually like how they're described. They don't wear leather. They're not in a beat. They're not in a Ramstein tribute band. They're they're demonic entities that the bodies are. Well, they're symbolically representative of the mixture of agony and ecstasy. Really, is that what that's what they are? They walk the line between suffering and pleasure, and their
Yeah,
bodies represent that. And you
right.
get a little bit of that with like the incarnation of Pinhead and the gang from the first one onwards. And
Yeah.
then yeah, my beef with people is that a lot of the criticisms are so shallow towards this film because they don't look like the Pinhead and the gang from the originals, and
They said it was
which is
like
hilarious
porcelain or
because they're inaccurate.
glossy. Yeah, no, it doesn't make
That's
any
what they're supposed to
sense.
look. It's what they're supposed to look like. Like Pinhead is not a guy. Pinhead is an androgynous fucking like alien demon angel. It's not fucking Doug Bradley from Liverpool. I'm fucking coming down.
That was such a
It's,
funny video.
I can't believe it. Clive Barker and Doug Bradley are both from Liverpool, which is really interesting. How this cosmic horror fucking like classic emerged from Liverpool, and another way to tie it into Trainspotting is really gritty, horrible places in the UK produce some amazing fucking art.
Yeah. It's really interesting that I didn't know. I mean, I knew the Pinhead guy couldn't have been American with his voice, but yeah, I didn't know how British it really was, that film. It's a straight up British movie. But yeah, the thing I really love and respect about the original, like you said, is the Cenobites or the Cenobites. Um, I really like Tony Bradley's portrayal of Pinhead. I think it's a great one, and then with the new one too, she did a good job too. But I
Mm.
love he had such quotable scenes, and I will tear your soul apart. I like that. Like the way he delivers that, man, it's so scary and so unsettling the way he says that. Because and when you think about it, he's not a villain per se. He's a villain to
No.
somebody who doesn't want him to be there. But
Yeah.
there's a reason why you open the box. Like that's their purpose. Their purpose is for pleasure, but it turns into pain, or pain turned into pleasure. But it's mostly
which
just
is
pain.
actually which is actually the beautiful thematic depth to Hellraiser as a series is that the Cenobites prey and feed upon, not in a malevolent way, they're just doing what they do. It's their job
Right.
to give these hedonistic fucking like pleasure junkies what they want, and actually what they want deep down is they actually want to suffer because it makes them feel alive. And
Yeah.
that's what I pick up on Hellraiser. It's a commentary on like on hedonism, and it's funny how Voight and Frank and all the people who get done over by the Cenobites in the film series and the books, they're like, "Why did you do this? You've cursed me, you demons!" And no, we're giving you exactly what you want, but you don't want to
Hmm.
admit. You want to actually experience some suffering because all of your life has just been pleasure, 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 and you've
Yeah.
never found any meaning in it. And again, that's why it's the perfect parallel to Trainspotting, even though it's completely different genre. It's about addiction and desire and wants and never being satisfied with earthly desires, and that's what draws people to funnily enough everyone who ends up becoming a Cenobite. Like when you turn into a Cenobite, it's all well and good because you've transcended, but the process to get to that is infinite hell.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And I like in the second one how they expand more on the lore. But yeah, no, I watched. I mean, you saw
Second
it.
one's
I
way
watched
better.
the second one is way better. I still didn't find it. It's a definitely more fun movie. It's very the guy I watched, Cody Leach. Shout out Cody Leach. He made a review on the whole franchise, but He said the movie's very strange, which it is. It's a very strange out there film, and I don't know how the rest are going to get. I know the third one, people like the third one more than the second sometimes, but mostly it's just in order, basically
Mm,
from worst, from best to worst. But yeah, no, I don't understand the letterbox score for the new one. I really don't. Like, even with their
yeah.
explanations, like that movie is so well made, and it was made with purpose. There's great acting. I will say though, Adam is very correct on his point about the gay couple in the movie. Like it's like a stereotypical gay couple. Like, oh, you have your shirt off and you're talking and like talking like you look like someone that's acting like a gay person instead of
They felt
actually being gay.
inserted.
Yeah, yeah. Which I wasn't. I mean, I love having gay representation in movies and stuff, but it's like that you're like forcing it in there, which I don't like that you did that. If you're gonna do it, do something where it actually seems real and not artificial. And that definitely took me away. That was before I even watched his review. I'm like, this doesn't even seem
Mm.
like real. It seems like they're just doing it on purpose. But yeah, no,
That's my least favorite thing about the film is sometimes, whilst it has really great writing, and a lot of it's adapted directly from the Hellbound Heart, the first film, but it's a different type of like adaptation and the way everything plays out, different characters, but the essence is there. The worst part of this movie for me is he called is it Trevor or whatever? Or
yeah,
Trevor?
Trevor. Yeah.
He's fucking. He's not just. I mean, not just a shitty like person as a character, but his actor is just so like drab compared to the main female lead who was in Marty Supreme. She's a really great actress, and everyone else is most of
Odessa
them is really good.
Zion. Zion.
Yeah, this film in terms of performance, I believed all of the emotions, and to be honest, I think it's almost very difficult to actually act in a Hellraiser film because the stuff that's going on is so unbelievably fucking twisted to the unimaginable degrees that no matter how good of an actor you can be, like it can almost feel a little bit unrealistic because you're like, this is the most fucked up shit you can ever imagine like to happen to you, like cosmic level torture. I mean, it ties into our channels very well with all of the crazy fucking hallucinatory experiences that we
Yeah.
cover. I get serious Hellraiser vibes from the darkest psychedelic experiences. It really is. I think Clive Barker probably tapped into some fucking weird like metaphysical bits.
uh,
And it's funny how I love, like in the lore, that yeah, it's a commentary on humans and about how we perceive them as demons because they make us suffer. But actually, the Cenobites are more like they're like the angelic demons, demonic angels. They're both intertwined. And actually, hell, the way it's depicted in Hellraiser, is not the Christian hell at
mm,
all. It's an incomprehensible metaphysical, like geometric
right.
fucking world
Hmm.
of things going on that are beyond. It's trippy. It's very trippy.
Yeah.
And if anyone's going to watch, if you want to appreciate this film more as a Hellraiser fan and not be a fucking low consciousness weirdo like people are on Letterboxd with this film, you can watch the first one, but the second one helps you more because it's the first time you see the Hellraiser's world and you see
Yeah.
Leviathan, their god, and the fucking visual effects in this film are so.
Oh my gosh.
What's your favorite element of the film, like overall?
The second one or
No, the new
okay,
film.
because
What's
you
your
cut
favorite?
out a
What's
little
your
bit
favorite?
there.
Oh, sorry.
No,
What's your
it's not
favorite
your
thing
fault.
about it? If you could put it in a. No,
my
it's your
f-
fault.
my favorite part was probably there is a really great scene. I guess we'll get into spoilers now, but it was a
Spoiler
really
alert.
great scene near the middle where the one roommate got possessed or her blood was taken out. And
Mm,
her in the back of the car, like the her world. And
yeah.
Adam brought this up too with it, and that's I'm like thinking even more. It's like, damn, that is so existentially fucking terrifying. If that happened to you, just like you're with people, you think you're safe, like okay, because in all the other times the blood was they got stabbed, like they were alone, and they there was ways to get them away, but she was actually with somebody and with three other people, and she still disappeared, and she was in hell or their kind of hell, and they were torturing her. and she didn't ask for it. You know, there's nothing. She shouldn't even have been there. But the
Yeah.
Trevor guys show near at the end. You see that Trevor is actually the reason for all this, other than Ronald Voight. But he
Mm.
was working with him, and but like yeah, her death was very sad and very scary because I'm thinking I guess Trainspotting does a shot like that too, where it goes out, it zooms out, and you just see your world leaving, kind of like his withdrawal, but. Yeah, no, that was a great scene. I really love Pinhead in this version. I love the Cenobites designs. I thought they were great. I don't know
Exceptional.
where people are getting the fact that they think they're bad. Like it makes no sense
They
whatsoever.
look amazing, like the practical
Amazing.
effects, and not a lot of CG. Like that was costumes, that was a lot of fucking makeup work and design, and the voices, the reverb and the audio effects. So much attention to detail for this. They went hard as fuck on the style in this film, and like I love the way it's filmed. I actually like the color palette, the aesthetic. It looks the best out of all the Hellraiser movies, so ergo it's the best, like from a visual standpoint, like aesthetically. And if you're a twisted, demented cunt like me and him, you'll really enjoy the twisted imagery. This demonic, angelic, like hodgepodge. I've always enjoyed the original Hellraiser designs for what they are,
For
but they're
sure.
not. They're not what they're supposed to be from the books. And the way they finally, after 9 fucking films, actually
I think it
adapted
was
the book.
10.
Oh, 10, fucking hell.
Yeah, because I think this is the
Yeah.
11th film, if I'm not
Y-
mistaken.
y- Yeah, it is. He was in all 9 of them. Was Doug Bradley, wasn't he? Funny
No, he
enough,
was in like 7 or 8. I know he was not in 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
really.
And he almost was in the new one, but he got like
Oh yes, there's
COVID or
one. Yeah,
something.
I think the one before this, the really bad one,
The
Hellraiser Judgment.
Revelations, I think it's
Uh,
Judgment Day.
yeah, it wasn't in Judgment, and it wasn't in Revelations either. Yeah, that's
Oh,
when it
excuse me.
really. Excuse yourself. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna get you on the fucking lament configuration for that one.
You're gonna be in a
It's
pleasurable burp of pain.
what I love the plot device of the lament configuration. Also, how this film actually
Oh, dude.
it adds stuff to the lore, because you've got the liminal configuration, and then you've got the
Yeah,
other
dude.
configuration, and you can pick different things that you want. Like there's a
Yes.
choice. The Cenobites always say that like that they're literally not evil at all. They are just doing what the universe wills them to do. It's their job to do this. Like no one had to do the box. No one had to pick up the box. It was human ego and selfishness that brought this about. And
Right.
unfortunately, all the innocent people who get fucked up in this film get fucked up because of selfish humans.
Yeah. And I like how
Mm.
they didn't shy away from, doing the things they didn't like. They made the characters actually some characters that aren't hateable. They actually, you could follow him, especially Odessa Zion, following her drug addiction, of course, because that could have been explained. Like a lot of those things, the 2013 Evil Dead is kind of similar to that too in that regard. But yeah, it gave them reasons not to believe her, thinking that she's just hallucinating. Because like she's like, because the thing happens, and her brother gets kidnapped and presumably murdered and tortured, um, and and she goes back, and she's like, or what did you take? What did you take? Why can't you remember, or something like that? And they all
Mm.
thought that she couldn't remember because she was high, but those drugs did not get her, tripping like that. That's just a high, and she would remember exactly. And she
Mm.
literally was in that situation, basically sober. And I really like the scene where she's on the merry-go, or not, what's that merry-go-round?
Oh, she's in the park.
The
Yeah.
park, yeah, whatever that circular thing. I can't think of it right now, but and it spins around, and you see the Cenobite. It was either the Cenobite or Pinhead. I don't remember, but that was a really good shot. And I really want to get the lament configuration for sure. That'd be so
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
to get that
Great bit of
box.
memorabilia.
Yeah,
This film, it taps into so many horror subgenres that I love. Cosmic horror, but then you've got body horror intertwined, and then you've got real life horror of like suffering and addiction, and
pain and
hedonistic
suffering.
pursuits, suffering for everybody. What's funny about Pinhead is he's not even called fucking Pinhead. That's just what people called him in mass culture, because like obviously they made Hellraiser
The
and
priest,
inspired
he's
by
called, right?
He's just called the priest. He's the high priest. Well,
Hmm.
it's not even a he. It's a them. Like
Them,
it's an
yeah.
it's androgynous. Yeah. So this is a trans friendly series. It's
They had
Hellraiser.
the woman who played Pin or the priest. She's actually trans, so
Yeah. Oh
um,
right. That was a very
it makes
very
perfect sense
clever
with
choice.
yeah, it's a
Clever.
very good choice. Now that I agree with. I like the way they did that because it's like it was natural, you know.
I must say that Pinhead from the OGs, the way Pinhead is depicted in the original Hellraiser, is much more of an aura farmer and has a lot more of a
For sure.
presence. But in this one, the Pinhead is just the only reason people project. There's the reason this film has such a low rating, and that is because this film will appeal to two types of people, and I think Hellraiser nerds who have been following this franchise since the beginning, just through the
Uh-huh.
films, won't enjoy it because it's too experimental and too out there and actually too artsy. It's not like popcorn movie slash a slop like most of them are. And I think that's what people like about Hellraiser. That is shit. Like most of the films are crap and they're just funny and they
Yeah.
just like the Cenobite because they look weird. And then this one's like, no, we're actually going to show you what the crack is with the
Yeah.
lore and the film. And
I
you know what? Another thing I like about this film is it does a really it's a good contrast to like Alien Romulus, which I despise, and all the
mm.
fucking nostalgia porn movies where
Yeah.
the references to the rest of the series of the films in terms of like fan service is very tasteful. Like when she
Yes.
says we have such sights to show you,
Yes.
it's a great callback, great fan service because he had to say it because it's iconic, but it made sense in the moment. And the bit that always gives me goosebumps, being a big fan of this, is I love the score for the OG Hellraiser. And
Oh,
when the
dude.
Hellraiser theme comes in at the
Yes.
best possible moments, I'm like, oh, this is 2.9 on Letterboxd. What are you talking
Fucking
about?
insane, mate. I can't believe that.
And also, I think people also probably. I think you couldn't just show this to like your average horror fan. This is
Oh no.
heavy.
Yeah, this is
This is
very
heavy.
heavy
This is like
film.
this is Martyr's level of like heavy at
Ooh,
points.
I don't know if I go that far, but
Not that far, but like it's the
yeah.
closest I
I
would.
get
It's the
what you're saying.
closest comparison I can make in terms of like the sins of the
The
flesh
sights to
and
show you.
ascend
Yeah.
twist the twisted because this is a spiritual film as well because
Of
it's about
course. Yeah.
transcending the human plane
Hmm.
and actually how we ascribe a lot of like positivity and euphoria and ecstasy and goodliness and godliness to transcending the human plane, but actually the cosmos is a very expansive, horrifying place in terms of not even just like what's in it, but like how it can't you can't wrap your head around it as a human. It's ontologically shocking, and this is
Mm.
why it ties into why we love it as well. Not just because we like horror, but it does have parallels with the trip reports we share. Some of the realms they go to, and the geometric fractal fucking realms that their Cenobites live in. People report like stuff that's akin to Hellraiser's world, which is very fascinating. And I've not watched this film since it came out. I was doing Vivec in 2022, but and
Hmm.
I remember when it came out, I thought, oh, they're rebooting Hellraiser. It's going to be like all the other shitty
Yep.
fucking horror reboots. And I was like, oh my god, they did it. They did it. We're so back. And yet, there's no plans for a sequel
It's
because
so
of
sad.
probably really weird nerdy comic con goers who are sad that Doug Bradley's not in it. Yet they got like the best version of this franchise that they like.
Yeah,
It's mind boggling and stupid.
it really is. Did you did you see the video game that is coming?
That's got me
That's
hyped because
class, yeah.
that looks a fucking class, mate. Yeah, it really does. It's building off of this film's visual design,
Yeah.
and I think if that game does well, we could be in for
You
we could be
know,
in for a hell raising 2030s.
you know what would be good for this would be a mini series. Maybe not a show, but a mini
Yeah,
series to expand on the lore because there's so to do it with like this concept is just so amazing. I love like
me
learning
too.
about it and expanding the lore and that's what I loved about the new one. They expanded on it perfectly. Like they give us enough to take in, but it also gave us made me want to ask even more questions. And another I'm
Yeah,
bringing
because
up
there has to be a mystery to it though, doesn't it? Because
yeah,
these things, these
can't
entities,
know
are
everything.
myst- the problem with a lot of horror films is they become less scary when they explain everything. Classically, why people don't like the Ridley Scott like Prometheus and Alien Covenant
Hmm.
is because I enjoy them films and like them for what they are because I just love Alien. But
Yeah, of
it does
course.
actually it like the enigma of the alien, like what the fuck actually is it? Like we don't actually know, and the more you explain it, the more it feels understandable and less scary. And in Hellraiser, a lot of the stuff that I love how cryptic they speak because they're just telling you exactly what you need to hear. They're not evil, even though the language can feel violent. They're just saying exactly what they should say. And the Cenobites clearly enjoy what they're doing. They're having a great time.
Oh, of
So,
course, yeah. The
Chatterbox,
Chatterbox, I was about to say,
yeah,
I like that one. I like all of them pretty much equally. I think they're all interesting. That new other woman that was the other one, she had like the
she's great.
yeah, I don't know her name, but yeah, she did good. I do like the priest, very classic. But yeah, though the Chatterbox, I liked him in the other ones too. What was he in the first one? I can't remember.
I
Um
I believe all of the Cenobites are the
the
squad,
same
the
ones.
the
The
boys.
fat ones too, yeah. That
The
the
fat one
fat
with
one.
glasses is
He's
so
big. He
he's
looks
great.
like
He's
a
the
Nightmare Before Christmas guy in the motorized wheelchair, whatever that character
yeah.
was. But yeah,
For
no.
for any weirdos in the audience,
Hmm.
anyone who's big into Berserk, if you don't know, I mean it's pretty obvious if you're fans of both of these franchises. The God Hand, the entities in Berserk
Mm,
are direct inspirations from all of the Cenobites, but
mm.
depicted differently. Yeah, you've even got Conrad in Berserk, the entity, and he's like a floating little weird goblin creature, and he's got the same glasses as the big fat guy from Hellraiser. And yeah, I think this when I watched Hellraiser when I was younger, the film I'd have read the book first actually when I was a when I was a child,
Oh, nice.
so that's influenced my psychology so much to be honest. Because I think I told you in another episode we did where I just read horror as a kid, Goosebumps, and then I went on to Stephen
Hmm.
King, and then I forgot to tell you that, and then I ended up on Clive Barker and H.P. Lovecraft because I was like, I've
Oh,
got to up the
nice.
ant because it went from like, oh spooky, oh the spiders, oh horror, oh vampires, and then I was like, no, I want more, give me more, and then you naturally stumble upon cosmic horror, which is what the
It's
essence of Clive
greatest.
Barker and
Yeah,
Lovecraft is really.
I love
Um,
cosmic horror.
one of my favorite things about this film, and every time I watch it, and I think I've watched it 3 times, and I love the guy who plays Voight. I think Voight is such a
Yeah,
great character.
interesting character.
He's so stylized. He is, and I picked up on this, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was a part of the design. He feels so much like an 80s sort of hedonistic villain. Like the script for him is very different to the rest of the characters, and I think some
Yeah.
people might be like, well, actually, it's not in tandem with the rest of the script. Don't know
Yeah.
why McKenna came out, but yeah, the other characters are they're written. It's very. This is a good example of realism. Like they feel very real. They've got real problems, and for all the warts with some of the characters, like the gay characters and Trevor and etc. But the main, like Riley, is written so well, and then you get Voight, and he's this bombastic sort of larger than life sort of like. They promised me infinite pleasure, and this is what they gave me. The bot hit Another thing I want to ask you is what part of the film makes you cringe or which bits do for me?
um, which is the one that? What was the one you go? Because I can't remember right now at this moment. What's yours?
There's a lot of great I mean this is a good
Oh wait, I
example of
remember
a lot
now.
of
The freaking the one of them when he's the twisting of the or not the twisting the really
the
thin
box.
wire. That one got me, but
Yeah, the mechanism that they put in Voight's body
that
that
one,
pulls his nerve
oh yeah, that
that
got
pulls his
me.
nerve because
Ugh.
not only is it physically disgusting and terrifying, it's psychologically terrifying because it
Mm.
plays with him because it's not doing it all the time. It gives him like a bit of respite and then it like sharpens him. But
Oh.
and the twisted beauty and depravity of all that is
Literally.
that's exactly what he needed and wanted for his like journey
Yeah.
as a like a being. Like Voight was, you could even get into the cosmology of how its causality. This Voight was always meant to be like incarnated as a human, go through all the bullshit of being human and feeling dissatisfied, and then the process to become an angelic demon god is to go through extreme suffering. And people who've watched and read Berserk will see the parallel in that, between that. That's how entities are spawned in Berserk, through extreme suffering and finally giving in and accepting like transcendence. And obviously this has parallels with spiritual traditions, with flagellation in Christianity, where they will like basically torture themselves to experience the suffering of Jesus to induce like mystical experiences. And it works, because a big thing in the Christian law is that Jesus obviously went into, my man JC went into the desert for how many days? 60 days, 40 days, 40 nights, and then the suffering induced in a mystical experience, whether Jesus was real or not, that's what that story is trying to tell you, because it's true, because you can experience extreme suffering and experience mystical stuff, and that's what Martyrs is about as well. That's why I made the comparison between these two films, because you can transcend through love, but you can also transcend through like the darkest of the dark. But
Yes.
I would rather end up as like an alien angel than a demon angel. Really want to end up as them if that's what you have to do.
Right. Yeah, that sounds horrible, but I
He
guess
asked for
once
it.
you get to that level, I mean, you have a lot of power, and maybe it's more fun. I think they get off at hurting people, right? Like that's what they get off to. Or is that
Yeah, and
correct?
it's not it in the films of the nine films that there are, it becomes a lot more basic, like good and evil. They are literally demons and they suck off human suffering. But actually, the cosmology of it's not that. They're performing they're performing like a divine purpose. Like this was always meant to happen. They are I don't know what the word is. They're just acting on causality. This is how the universe is designed. They have to exist because there will always be people like Voight and Trevor and people who will eventually become one of them. And this is how it happens. It's not even about feeding or getting like this, because to feed implies that they're feeding from a human sense, like they're doing it for pleasure. They don't need pleasure, the Cenobites. They've attained levels of pleasure that are beyond human imagination. What they're doing is they're doing their job. It's work. It's what they're supposed to do. It's like their part. It's their role in the universal order, which is much scarier than just being a demon that feeds on your suffering, I think.
Yeah. Did you
It's
did
fucked.
yeah, no, did you what'd you think when he was when Trevor when I found out he was a bad guy? Or I guess he
I mean,
wasn't
it's
so
so
bad,
obvious.
but
It's not bad, but I thought that was a little bit of a. It works in the thematic sense of the film for Riley's arc and all of the
uh-huh.
human stuff going on, but he was so weak sauce as a character. Like his actors just
Yeah, probably the
the
weakest one.
the bit that takes me out of the film is whenever he acts like a literal like Blumhouse horror character. Like, what the fuck's going on? It's Pinhead. It's just the Pin guy. He doesn't say that, but I was half expecting him to say that. Like when they get trapped, when Chatterbox, as I call him, is like try to attack him through the gate and they get stuck, and then she murks him with them with the lament configuration, and then he's like fuck you. I was like, oh, that's just taken me out of a really really
Oh
great
boy.
scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to say the bit that freaks me out, that grosses me out. I mean, maybe I
Mhm.
am desensitized and a sadomasochist. I don't
Maybe.
really know, probably. But the bit that freaks me out visually and so grotesquely, and I mean, if you don't like grotesque stuff, please put
Mhm.
your fingers in your ears. But the bit at the end when Trevor gets sacrificed and the barbed wire pulls his skin
Yeah.
back on his arm, that gets to me
Ooh.
every time. That
Yeah, that
and
was
and
bad.
and the way they act, the way, God, this is the most twisted episode yet. The way they act, they deserve it. They deserve credit for how they act in this film when they really exhibit actual pain and suffering versus
Mhm.
like really tasteless torture porn films like
Mhm.
some of the Saws and Hostel, where like I don't believe that they're actually in pain or suffering. And
Yeah.
in this one, like the pleas of fucking mercy from him is so. He's great. This should have won
I
so
didn't
many
think about
awards.
that. That's a good point to bring up. That it is very realistic pain wise. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that barbed
it feels
wire got me
visceral, doesn't
too.
it?
Yeah, very visceral reaction out of me. I liked also when Trevor when they used the barbed wire on him and then he fell through the hole and then you just see an endless black pit. Like, dude,
Yeah.
like imagine what future he has ahead of him. Like, oh
Yes, yes.
gosh,
And that's the beauty of the mystery is like, don't explain what happens to the sacrifices in the
right?
Hellraiser world. What becomes of them? Because the black and white example is, oh, he goes to hell and gets tortured forever by demons, like the Christian sort of. It's boring. It's boring.
Yeah,
That I'm definitely sadomasochist, but like that's some boring cosmology. Like more complex, nuanced suffering happens to these characters. It's what doesn't happen to these people that we don't see that's actually very scary. And that's why this is cosmic horror, because it goes beyond the domains of the flesh, and it goes into existential levels. And
yeah,
my favorite part of the film by far is always just, I mean, always as soon as the Cenobites are on film, I'm like, yeah, this is amazing.
it's great.
But when Leviathan appears at the mansion, and it starts to bleed in with the world, and it was a great throwback to how they depicted the world in Hellraiser 2, which was actually very accurate to how it's depicted in the book. And my favorite scene is the van scene, the way it's actually filmed. And every time reality distorts and becomes really trippy and sort of like breaks down into their realm and it bleeds into
Hmm.
theirs, that's amazing. But
Yeah,
the ultimate part of the film is the not Trevor, Voight's transformation into a Cenobite. That is the
oh,
best way to end a
dude.
film, man.
Even
Unreal.
even Pickles, my cat, was looking at it. I think I sent you the video. He was like, he was very interested in the movie, and he was watching the end. I'm looking at him like, dang, Pickles, you really like this. But yeah, I like he like they kind of unravel his skin a bit. But yeah, I'd like to imagine what kind of Cenobite he becomes like later on, like how Pinhead is and the Chatterbox. Like
Yeah.
what is he gonna look like? And that's why there's so much to expand upon. That's why this needs a mini
Mm,
series in the right hands. David Bruckner, come on,
mm,
you could do it, or make a freaking anthology with Hellraiser. Like that'd be so cool. Like
mm.
different things.
I'd love to see it. If I had a million, if I had $1 trillion like Elon Musk, I would donate it to Hellraiser too.
Yeah,
That'd be fucking awesome. But
yeah,
another thing I remembered is that so Voight not only is a hedonist and desires like transcendence in some respect within his own like psyche, but his actual literal like role within on Earth is he's like involved with them, isn't he? He serves them. He's like their apostle, isn't he? And another great
yeah,
yeah, in Berserk, the apostles who serve the God Hand and the entities, what do they really want deep down? They want to become the people they're serving, even if they don't know it.
yes,
So actually, Voight got everything he ever wanted. He always wanted to become a Cenobite, but
right,
his ego thinks he wants more pleasure within the human experience, and no. So this is a twisted, fucked up film, but
yeah,
the bad people, quote unquote, get their just desserts. They
yeah,
do.
they do.
Uh, and Riley has a great arc where she accepts the suffering of human life, and
Yes.
it impresses the
Uh,
Cenobites that she would be so. She chooses that because that's rare, because
that's
most humans too selfish.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say and talk to you about the ending where it's again bringing up Adam. He said it's bittersweet, because she had a like even the other character, the guy's boyfriend. He said, that was the right thing to do, even though you didn't feel right, but it's like that's what you had to do. Like you could have asked for anything, but you would have, you don't know what would have happened to you. But even though you have to live with this guilt, knowing that you're the reason why your brother died. I mean, you're not like the whole reason why, but like she played a
Mm.
big part in it. Like she didn't ask to have that box, but but he did come
It
there.
was
So,
circumstance.
yeah, it was
It was circumstance,
circumstance.
and even though the film, I mean, probably better to go to therapy or maybe take 5-MeO DMT to sort your traumas out. But
Yeah,
if you need to heal, you've got that little box, because the box healed her, because she eventually chooses the lament. That's the way they play with the lore. Might
yeah.
be wrong if there's any Hellraiser fans. If it might be wrong on this, but I mean,
You're
I
wrong.
don't. You're wrong, and he's always been wrong.
I'm the best
Uh,
wrong.
I'm the greatest Cenobite. Fucking hell, that'd be Trump. That'd be Trump's final arc. He accepts the box. But in the books, you don't have the liminal configuration, which is the spike. The it's like it impales them, doesn't it? It's like an impaler sort of object.
Right.
So that's a different type of configuration that I think they established in this movie, and the really interesting sort of like thematic twist is that, oh, the exception of the lament configuration is to accept human reality, sort of, or that's one of the choices you can have if you get sucked into the world of the box and the Cenobites. You actually, if you use your own volition and you accept that your life is going to be full of suffering, you can actually sort of transcend it within the human realm. So there's a spiritual component to this film that I think is very clever, and that people, well, Hellraiser nerds are too dense to pick up on because they just want Pinhead and the gang doing fucking iconic quotes. Oh, nostalgia porn, blah, 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 member berries.
Which is
I remember, Hellraiser.
which is good up to a point, but like you need to build a story. And that's what
Mm,
Hellraiser 2022 did. It built a story. It had the Cenobites. There was such an important part of the film. It wasn't just like, the ending or like close to the end where the original one, like Pinhead wasn't part of it as much as, you would think he would be. But in this
mm.
one, they play a crucial role into it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just, the
Without falling into like I remember when I watched it, I was so worried about it being a reboot and that. So I was like,
yeah.
I remember I watched it first time. I was like, I got my notepad out. I was like, let's write down every time it does member berries in the Disney sort of slop way, and it didn't do it. It didn't do it at all. It did a member berries with the music and the quotes, but tastefully and part of the film. It wasn't that Alien Romulus, get away from her, you
Oh,
bitch.
gosh.
God, I'll always despise that fucking movie. And I couldn't get any notes on my thing. I was like, oh wow, it's not full of
Well,
members to
this,
say like, I think he's some sort of pinhead type guy or whatever
oh,
like that.
gosh. Yeah, that would have been bad.
In another world, they did say that in this film, like in the world where they. Do you know what's funny, right? What if, because we and anyone who's got a brain or working one has recognised that this film's good. So what world? How would people react to this film in a world where it was a Member Berries reboot, akin to like fucking the shitty Friday the 13th remake and Nightmare on Elm Street? How would the reception be then? Because the reception to it now, and it's good, and they still don't get it, but that's fan culture, that, and it definitely think it's that fan culture and Member Berry fan service sort of like psychology that prevents people from enjoying this film who should be fans, but they're fake fans.
Yeah, no. If you can't, like, I'd understand if like they butchered it or something, like, dude, this is, I mean, they did that, what, member berry, is that what you said?
Yeah,
I
so
never even heard of
South
that
Park in it.
term until you
Oh,
mentioned
oh,
it. Yeah,
eh,
but you're cutting out.
it's there's in the newest
Oh, there you
South
go.
Parks in season 20 onwards. Um, yeah, in season 20 onwards, there's an episode with Randy, and it's called Member Berries, and it's a critique of like Disney and like reboot slop and nostalgia slop that is like, oh, I remember. It's like you get these berries, and Randy eats that. Oh yeah, I remember. Like basically orgasming over nostalgia for a past like time. Oh, the franchise that you love when you're a kid, it's back. Remember Star Wars. Remember Alien. That's what Member Berries is, and it's sort of like infiltrated like pop culture. It's a great little term because it once you realize what it means, and you can never watch a fucking Disney film again or new one.
Yeah. Uh, but with the like that, I would understand if they did something like that, like the quote you said, like, oh, I'm going to pinhead my butt into your ass or something. Like, I'm glad they didn't do that. They
Who
only
you
had
calling
the
Pinhead?
right. What was the one quote that she said? Oh, we have such sights to show you. That was perfect for that scene because it
Tasteful.
fit. It fit in there. Um, but yeah, no,
Mm.
I really
And it
loved
didn't
that movie.
focus. It didn't focus on it like it did in Alien Romulus, where they do the member berries quotes.
You got smoke in
It,
your
it
mouth?
I have medical goods from the
Medical
government.
stuff?
Thanks, Andy. I'm very healthy now. Um, yeah, another thing I'll comment on about the Cenobites is the dialogue is very. I mean, you can tell they're operating from a different level of intellectual consciousness, like the higher beings, because they speak in riddles, almost like how yogis do in the East. Like you've got to read between the lines. Like anyone who doesn't know about, I mean, I don't know if a normal person who's getting into horror doesn't know anything about cosmic horror or tripping or spirituality and mystical stuff. They'll hear like they could interpret the Cenobites as demons because they're giving well they're giving people extreme agony,
Yeah.
but what from their perspective, the Cenobites, they're actually giving you a gift. Like they genuinely believe and know they're giving you something that you didn't even know you wanted.
Yeah.
But they don't have any conception of the fact that the innocent person, there's innocent people on Earth, like the people who get sucked up into it, like the old woman, the brother, and everyone who gets fucked up who didn't
Yeah.
deserve it in this movie. They don't make any distinction between that. As far as they're concerned, like this is causality's will. Like this was what happens. You get sliced by the box, no matter who you are, whether you're a good or a bad person.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you what the box is supposed to give you.
Yeah.
So
It was
the
interesting. Oh, sorry.
the ultimate message of this film though is that it's bittersweet again. It's that, you know what, her sort of like take from it I got was like, you know what, fucking, it's already intense enough being a human, and yeah, you might live in other extra dimensional level of pleasure, but I'll live with the pain of being a human because it's meaningful, and there's good, even despite the pain and suffering in life, it is meaningful, and if you're not a hedonist, you can not enjoy suffering, because no one enjoys suffering, because the whole point of suffering is to be painful, via its mechanism. But I mean, how many times do we look back on our lives and be like, you know what, the most painful moments were the catalyst for like greater things.
Yeah.
So
It's the
that's what the
stuff you
Cenobites
learn
don't
from.
understand,
Yeah. And it's not their fault, you know. They don't have
because
time
they
to
stupid.
understand it. Yeah, they're just there to be painful. But do you think that like how time works down there? Do you think they're always going to the next person that opens the box, or do you think they wait? Like they have to wait
Oh.
until they actually open it? Because I know time is different, but
Yeah, I wonder what the Cenobites do in the days off. Are they like playing Call
playing,
of
yeah,
Duty?
playing chess or something.
They're probably listening to our podcast.
Oh yeah, that would be very meta right there.
Pinhead's listening to like
This is
Triple Pause.
terrible.
When
I
are you
will.
going to collab with Vivec?
That was him. That's so funny.
Oh yeah, I can't sing this movie's praises enough. I don't actually think it's a 5-star film like I rated on Letterboxd. I just wanted to up the points of it and give it like
Yeah.
the recognition it deserves. I remember when I first watched it, it was a 3.5, and then I gave it. I was like, oh, it's a probably. I watched it again. I was like, yeah, it's like a really high 7, bordering on an 8 out of 10. And then I've watched it again. It's a solid 8.5 out of 10 for me. Not quite a 9, because there's some bits about it that do annoy me a little bit, and I'd have
Uh
done
huh.
different. But all of the best parts of this movie just make up for that.
Yeah. I gave it a 4, but an 84 out of 100. I think that's a good score for it. That's my first time watching it, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Oh shit!
watch.
Yeah, first time as well. And you said to me, it was like, "Oh, I already can't wait to watch it again." And I agreed. The
Yeah.
first time I watched, it, I was like, "God, I cannot wait to see those images." Like the
Yeah.
disturbing image. If you're a fan of disturbing yet poetic, because it's beautifully fucked up. This film, it really is.
Right.
The design of the Cenobites, like, look at the state of them. Like the skin stripped back, but like they love it because they operate from a literal other dimension of existence. Like the way they talk about, oh, she asks what they are. Like Riley's like, "What the fuck are you?" Because obviously everyone's just, "Oh, the demons, the monsters are aliens," and it's like she says, "We are explorers of extra dimensional levels of sensation." And I was like,
That was
"What a fucking
great.
quote!" That is what that's what they are. That they've we cannot fathom that the Cenobites enjoy what they do. They love it. They
They
love
love
doing what
it.
they do. And we could we can't even call them evil, because like they're just doing the job. Like if Voight wasn't a selfish dickhead and worked for the Cenobites, no one would have the box, and no one would
Right.
get no one would get sucked in to Voight and Trevor's selfishness.
Yeah.
Um,
Manipulation and everything.
mm. I mean, we talk a lot about the Cenobites and all the Hellraiser stuff in this film, but yeah, there's it. One critique I do have is that, I mean, and it has to happen for the Hellraiser like stuff to go on towards the end, because that's when really the film becomes so entertaining. It's, you can't take your eyes off it when the Cenobites are going down at the mansion. It does sacrifice a little bit of the character stuff that was built up for pretty much like majority of the film. Like the Cenobites don't really start doing bits to like an hour and a bit in, because it's quite long films, 2 hours and a bit.
Yeah. No, it's 2 hours and a few minutes, I think.
So you lose a little bit of the character development towards the end when it's all like the Cenobite action, which is great. I'm glad that happened, but you do. I always, whenever I watch it, I'm like, oh shit. The first hour of this film was like a character study of Riley
Yeah.
and her friends, and it's sort of changed into this. But you know what? You also have to acknowledge that this is a horror movie. And why do people go and watch horror? Because there needs to be a crescendo, like a crazy ass fucking third act.
Yeah. Um, I think the third act is definitely one of the most important pieces of any kind of movie.
Yeah,
But I
definitely.
think most of it was pretty good. I'd say the first act was pretty good. The opening scene was okay. I wasn't really a big fan of the opening scene. I'm like, okay, this seems average.
Yeah, yeah.
But the
That guy
rest,
the sex worker he gets, Voight the
yeah,
sex worker. I was like, that's when I first picked up on the weird contrast it was going for. I was like, Voight represents OG Hellraiser, the way he acts and talks and it
uh
is
huh,
as a character. He's like he's the Frank of this film, but more dialed into the 80s sort of vibe, of like how they wrote back then, very stylistic bravado. And
yeah,
then you've got generic sex worker man with floppy hair and a tank top, and I was like, what the hell's going on with this film aesthetically? But then when it all starts going down and yeah, I must say, just again, not safe for work, but I really like the way the sex scene is filmed in this film,
ooh,
and trains, and I forgot this goes back to Trainspotting. I really like the way
oh,
the sex, you know, that in the Trainspotting when like he's about to blow his load, and then
yeah, I love
he
that.
scores.
Yeah, that was great. That was a good scene.
I haven't
Um,
felt this good since Archie Gimmel scored against Hull in 1978. That's the funniest part of the film for me. It makes me crap myself up.
yeah,
And,
that's funny.
and the sex does not feel fake as well. It feels proper, really real.
Yeah, it
And
does.
maybe exaggerated in Trainspotting, but we're British, we're fucking monsters.
Yeah,
So, but in yeah, when Riley and Trevor are initiating coitus at the beginning, the way it was filmed was really interesting. That sort of handheld, sort of like over the shoulder, felt sweaty. I was like, oh, this is some real attention to detail. And
yeah.
that was the moment when I was like, I'm going to enjoy this film. It's got one of the best sex scenes I've ever seen because
Well, if I'm not gonna
it
watch it,
just
my dick is definitely gonna watch it.
we have such sights to show the penis. It
We
stabs
have
like a
such
knife.
come to show you.
Penis head. That's what I'd be calling
Penis.
it. I did dickhead. Yeah, we've turned Vivec into dickhead. I was like, oh, it was always meant to be because I am one.
It was always meant to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just fucking quality. And if
Yeah.
nobody's watched it, and if you've watched Hellraiser, is one again another osmosis film where my parents have never watched Hellraiser, but they know about it. It's
Same
iconic.
with my
You
mom. Yeah.
you would lump Hellraiser in. Like, this is what happened really. What happened in Hollywood with Hellraiser is it got lumped in with the slasher films
It
because it had
did.
an iconic idiosyncratic sort of like horror villain lead,
Right.
and then he became more of a slasher to the point that one that
Hmm.
I watched the other day, Hellworld, which is, oh my god, man, please get that film watched when
I
you
gotta
can.
watch it. Okay.
Henry Cavill's in it from The
That's
Witcher. This is like
crazy.
one of his first big roles, and also Lance Henriksen from Aliens is in it,
Oh wow.
who plays Bishop, and he's like one of the main villain or one of the main villains in that. It's really creative, that film, but it is terrible. Like terrible. It's a creative train wreck. I
Yeah.
really
I was
enjoyed
gonna
it.
watch all of them because I watched the second one, so I'm trying to. The third one, I don't know where I could watch it at though. It should. I wish it was on Tubi, but it's not.
I
Um,
couldn't. I again. It's a disgrace. I said this in the last two films or whatever. I had to pirate this film because I can't fucking. I wanted to pay for this film and I can't find it anywhere. It's
you had
ridiculous. Like
to. You had to buy it.
I, I had to buy it. I had to buy it for free. No,
Yeah.
it's a good point to make. Oh, actually, you could have bought. Oh, all right, I could have bought it. All right, forget about that.
You did
That's
buy
really
it.
stupid. Yeah, I did buy it. Who said that? On Letterboxd, it only comes up as on Apple TV. I don't know anyone who has Apple TV in the
Neither do
UK.
I.
Hulu doesn't exist in the UK. We can't get Hulu. So like,
You ain't got
what the
Hulu?
fuck,
That's
man?
crazy.
Nah, we don't got Hulu at all. And every time fucking people go on about it, like, and all these really good like, original series are on Hulu.
Hmm.
And I'm like, all right, great, good for you, transatlantic folks.
Yeah.
Getting fucking. Well, it says here you can get on. He says here you can get on Hulu, but I bet it's neutered. I bet you can't even like. Oh, oh, pay for premium Hulu, and oh, watch all of the Hulu originals. Oh, wait, no, not the Hulu originals that you want to watch. I bet that's how it works.
Yeah,
Dickheads.
probably. Yeah,
Oh
Hell
no,
World.
wait. This is funny. We don't have Hulu at all. When you click on Hulu.com on search, it just redirects you to Disney Plus. So we don't even have a domain
Well,
for
yeah,
Hulu in
they
the UK.
well, no, that's what happens in America too, because they own
What?
Hulu now, I think. So
I don't believe it.
that's where I watched the new Hellraiser. I watched it on Disney
Oh right.
Plus. My friend gave it to me, so um,
Oh, that's why I didn't watch. Well, that's why I had to pay for it
yeah,
from the other people was because uh, it's not even on Disney Plus. It's not even
that's
on there.
crazy.
Like I
It
know,
should
bro. It's
be.
fucking mad.
That's why I'm pissed about the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I had to buy the third one on YouTube for $3.99. I mean, it was worth it, but you know, it's like I wish these movies were on more streaming services like HBO Max or something I could watch it on.
Mm.
But
Here's a
yeah,
question: what if you could get a sequel to this, and not this? If it was just going to be another film,
uh huh.
what would you do? Would you have it explore the same characters, or do a completely different set of characters?
Um,
Well, I mean, obviously only Riley's the main character, but would you explore more of
well,
her, or would you do it
yeah,
differently?
I would have Riley as like a minor character that the new characters go up to for advice, and maybe she
Yeah, I
can risk
agree.
her life or something to save them, and that's where she can get the, you know, maybe her, you know, your because she feels so much guilt and everything, and there's no other way to feel better until she does something like that. So I think that would be good. But yeah, new characters, but have her in it a little bit. Make her a big like how Pinhead was in the
Yeah.
original. You know, something.
Don't let her go through it again. Just have
Yeah,
her like
no, it
be
was
a
too
side character
much.
because yeah, sometimes yeah, films you know like Halloween and the slasher movies they get a bit obsessed with like consistently making like the OG character from the first one just suffer, and even in Halloween obviously like
Yeah,
fucking yeah she gets seriously done
Laurie
over in the
Strode.
yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen. That's gratuitous, and this film is a very authentic, true horror film. It's an example of how far horror can go, whilst also touching upon some deep topics, touching upon them, not massively exploring them, but having them as like a through line. Because yeah, what is the ultimate goal of the futile goal of addiction? Almost like this fucked up, twisted psychology. It's like oh I'm just chasing the first hit. You're chasing the first moment that it gave you meaning, and you're trying to keep doing it. And then when it doesn't work, like say you're addicted to. How does anyone even like get onto heroin? You've probably got to start off like at least smoking ciggies and drinking and
Yeah,
maybe having weed. And when that doesn't hit the spot and help you escape suffering, then you go on to the extreme shit. So the parallel between that is like the Cenobites offer the ultimate hit to her, and that's great for her character. And so I'm really glad that she did go through the experience of this film. I'm glad she had. I'm glad she went through the worst trip ever and it wasn't induced by drugs.
right. Yeah, no, that was that was a real torture that she went through,
Yeah.
real torture.
Did
But maybe that was
did you?
subliminal or metaphor for withdrawal. I don't know.
I would say, and the courage it takes to get through withdrawal is almost like going through the experience of this
Um,
film, being mocked by entities and fucking your whole life falling apart, but to
yeah.
then restore itself through your own like courage and willpower. A little trivia thing I know about this film is that in the van when the van does starts malforming into
Uh
the other
huh.
world
Yeah.
in the original Hellraiser when the Cenobite world first bleeds into ours
Mm-hmm.
they were limited by what they could do at the time because that's a direct adaptation
Right.
from part of the book, and the way it happens in the van is completely how it is described in words in the book. It's
Oh,
really amazing,
nice.
actually. Yeah, it's amazing how the ineffable, like the way he writes it, Clive Barker, how he articulates the ineffable, and you can imagine
Hmm.
it in your head if you're quite like imaginative. And then in this film, you saw it visually depicted, and it was something they couldn't have done back in the day in the 80s, could they, with the OG Hellraiser?
No, yeah, no, because you could see the effects, even with the first two. Like the some of the effects were good, like the makeup and stuff, but the actual, you know, visual effects were were just not good because the lightning strikes,
A little
you
bit
know,
hit and
stuff like
miss.
that. Yeah, yeah. But this one, they were everything looked real. Everything looks so real.
I think all the $14 million or $13.9 million went into like the transitionary
Yeah,
sequences between the worlds. It's funny you mentioned the lightning
and
because
the
I thought
house
about that.
too.
And yeah, the house and the set design. Oh my god, like the house
Amazing.
looks like the inside of the box, doesn't it?
It
That's what it's
does.
sort of.
Yeah.
Fucking great attention to detail, and um, it's funny you mentioned the lightning because the reason I like that bit is because it does give me a little bit of Member Berry's fan service to like. It felt like an effect from Hellraiser 2 when they go to the other world. I swear to God, it was like an actual stock sort of image they like stock lightning image they captured from the OG or something. I could be wrong, but that's
Maybe
why I didn't mind that bit. But if it does stuff like that can ruin the immersion. But you know what? 90% of the time I was immersed, so it gets an 8.5 from me.
8.5. Yeah, I'm gonna give it. Well, I give it a 4 out of 5, but I'm giving it an 84 out of 100. So
Mm. And
yeah,
if I would recommend to you to not only watch the rest of the Hellraiser films because they're hilarious. I'm actually going to watch them all now. I've got my movie club tomorrow. I think I'm going to bring Hellraiser 3 to the table, and that's going to be
oh
my
gosh, yeah,
because my other two mates have watched the first two, but they've never bothered with the rest of them. Because the first three are like they are like a trilogy, and then the rest of them just go batshit off the wall. It's just like concepts, like oh, Pinhead somehow he doesn't go to space like Jason. I don't remember,
oh
but
no.
Pin,
That
how
was great.
Pinhead's on the internet. Pinhead's. I think he goes to New York at some point, of course.
Yeah, that's funny.
And
Um,
I'd recommend anyone who's interested in this cosmology and world to keep your eyes out for the video game, which I think will be.
yes,
If it's not a great game, that will be a fucking beautiful work of like digital art, like
Y-
going for a digital museum of
yeah,
Hellraiser. That
because
sounds
it's its
great.
own thing. They're going. I think they're basing off the designs of the newer one, but they're like it's its own thing, and that just sounds so cool to play. You know,
I can't wait.
I don't play video
I'll
games,
be
but that's
playing.
something I would
I'll be
play.
playing that. I'll be. Don't worry, folks. I will be playing that, and you
Ooh,
can.
live
What?
stream.
Yeah, I can't wait to live stream that. And also
Nice.
for anyone who likes the trip report visuals that I do from certain games, that is going to be the new meta for all of the
There you
fucked up
go.
psychedelic. Like my most popular Salvia trip report that I shared, the 700X one. Obviously, we all know that that doesn't exist. It was just like it was a part of the trip report. It was fobbed off and all that, and
Yeah.
maybe even made it up or in his head. You know what people are like. But he definitely had the experience of going to a Salvia realm, and that was the most Hellraiser type trip I've ever heard of. And I remember when I was thinking about the visuals for that video, I decided on Scorn, which is very similar to Hellraiser. It's like Hellraiser meets H.R. Geiger. But when Hellraiser Revival comes out, oh my god, man, that's gonna have
Ooh,
some beautiful, beautiful ambience.
right.
It's
I'm
funny how we can
excited.
say the word beautiful and like some people. I know some people literally. Some people don't consume like dark media at all. They just
No,
can't.
it's crazy.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Neither
I've
do
always been
I.
drawn to it.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's like something I know that I don't want to experience, but it's something that I want to watch. You know,
I'm
um,
maybe I'm a Cenobite because I'm interested in
maybe.
all layers of human sensation. Because I find the whole gamut of just consciousness and experience fascinating, and that's why I do what I do. Even and maybe I'm a bit of a Cenobite because sometimes, in the grand scheme of like beyond human life, because we're just humans, like the grand scheme of the order of the universe, maybe there is no distinction between what's good and bad. Maybe good and bad don't exist. It's just relative to like what you experience. Like
Right,
the only reason we say pain is bad is because it feels bad. But look at all these people who do flagellation, like
right.
Christians. Like clearly they enjoy the pain. It's like Alex Jones. I love the pain.
Yeah. Now
uh,
people are into a lot of stuff. They go off of what they think is right and wrong. But yeah, it's basically what we have to go off as society. That's why we have free will, but then we don't. Um,
and why do we think ugly things are automatically bad? Like you could say that the pinhead and the gang and all these cosmic entities from any film or book or game, like Bloodborne, Lovecraft, anything, Berserk,
yeah,
these monstrosities, I cannot help but see the elegance in how twisted
and it's
and
morbidity. Yeah.
yeah, morbidity meets transcension. It's very deep. It's certainly, I mean, the Cenobites in this film. are more attractive than most humans.
Right. That's funny.
Oh, funny.
Um, but I think we can stop there. Is there anything you want to say? Oh, also, I want you to watch Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. You just
Yeah,
got
I'll
to get to
definitely
that,
watch
man.
that.
That's amazing.
I forgot to say to you actually. I was actually a bit you pulled that out of left field. I was like, whoa! I've been waiting to watch that for my whole life. That
Yeah, it came out of left field,
it's
man. It was like,
it's how did you find it? Because it's like a British cult classic that I
yeah, it
guess
was
is sort of
on.
getting
Yeah, it was on
popular again.
Letterboxd. I was looking at like a top list or something, and it showed up. I'm like, oh, this has a 4.4, and I've never seen it. Okay, sure. Yeah, no, it's
Mm,
6 episodes. It's on YouTube. You could watch it too. It
sick.
is so just one of the funniest things I've ever watched. I love it so much. And I want to watch The
That's
Mighty Boosh too. I've been meaning to watch The Mighty
oh god,
Boosh
I've
for
not
some
watched
time.
either of them. I've
You
not
haven't
watched
seen The
either of
Mighty
them.
Boosh? Oh man, I thought for
Nah,
sure you would have seen that. But they're both
people
in
are
it.
shocked.
Neil, what's his name? Neil Hart, the guy that's in it.
No Fielding.
Yeah, yeah, him. He's in the show. He play. I don't want to give away what he plays, but it's funny. And then the other guy is in it. Don't know the other guy's name, but he's in it too.
Right.
I feel like that started it. Yeah, because that was before, and then after is the Mighty Boosh. But yeah, I've always
Yeah,
appreciated it
always heard of them both. Mighty Boosh is more popular in mainstream
for sure.
culture, but
Yeah.
I've seen clips of it and it's definitely up my alley. I've just never sat down. I mean, I'd never watched Spaced till the other day. Do you know what Spaced is?
No.
Oh, you'd like this as well if you like Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and The World's End
Yeah.
or anything. It's Edgar Wright's TV show. It's in the
Oh wow.
90s. That's where Simon Pegg got his start. I mean, they all collaborated on it. Nick Frost is in it. It's very, very, very influential British TV show that paved the way for all of the TV shows in the 2000s that got big, like Skins and everything. And it's yeah, it's a sitcom about sort of like 20 somethings sort of getting by. He's a gamer addict, smokes weed all the time. Not really been anything like that really from the UK.
Yeah.
It's a good one to check out. Lots of very good pop culture references. Like there's episodes that are just literally like parodies of like films, and like there's a whole film, there's a whole one that's basically like a parody of Resident Evil and Dawn of the Dead, and that's where they got the idea for Shaun of the Dead from. So yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's cool. I might have to check
And
that out
it's
then.
about drugs. That's why it's called Spaced, because it's
Oh, there
yeah,
we
sort
go.
of yeah, mad.
That's so funny. I'll have to
We
see
love
that.
drug media.
But yeah, if that's even anything closing to go, I think it's a good time. It's getting late for me. I got work
Yeah,
tomorrow. So yeah,
Wizard.
a weeza. But all right, guys. We will see you
Should we?
later.
Oh
Oh,
wait. Should we do quick fire 10-minute questions?
oh, for a few minutes.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see.
I'll go. We'll go for them very fast.
Okay, there
The
was
first
quite a
question
bit
is
today.
what do we need? What do we need to smoke to be able to hear Trip Keeper? Yes, no. I'll keep going through. After the Reckoning event, where we realised he wasn't
Yeah,
online.
that was
He
crazy.
wasn't.
I'm glad I didn't have to get
He
off of it though.
he was in Hell World. And he's been to Edinburgh. To be fair, we've answered most of them
Yeah.
as they were happening. Oh wow, we love destroying our structure. Does any? I just don't miss anyone else.
There was a few
Any
in there that I
others?
saw, but
I feel like we've addressed all of them. Oh yeah, Trainspotting, comfort movie. Most people are just saying, "Oh, someone Peanut Dovers mentioned a film that we'll probably cover at one point, The Basketball Diaries," which
yes.
I've
Oh,
not
that's what I
watched.
was gonna ask about them. Yeah, that's a movie we should watch at some
I've never
point.
seen that.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio's in it, and then Lorraine Bracco from Sopranos and Goodfellas
Oh
is in it.
right.
Yeah, one of her biggest roles. She plays his mother, I think. I've only seen the main
Oh,
clip through the when they're talking through the door, but yeah, it looks
oh,
good.
that's cool.
Better than
So much
Don's
stuff to
Plum.
watch. Yeah. Oh god, I'm gonna watch. I'll watch that someday. Yeah.
You definitely don't need to.
But I will, because the
uh,
suffering is too enticing.
you must watch Don's Plum
that
for.
that's how you become a Cenobite in my reality. I watch all of the worst, most disgraceful films, and then eventually Pinhead just turns up at the gaff. He's like, "Here, lad, do you want to fucking become one of us, lad?"
That's funny. He
Um,
just started talking
w
like that.
Next time we're going to cover I mean, we're gonna cover Fear and Loathing because it was I think it's won your poll. I mean, it probably will.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go
Watch
check
this
and
space.
see. I think.
It's the overwhelming winner right now.
I think it was only winning by a little bit compared to Requiem. So after that, we'll probably watch
9%.
Requiem. What's it at?
No, it's like 46%, and Requiem for Dream
40.
is at 37.
Oh, it's pretty
But
close. I mean, that's a pretty close poll. The other
I would
two,
have thought Requiem would have won it
for
purely
sure.
due to how it's recognized. But I actually think that Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas has it's always been a famous cult classic film, but now it's like
Yes.
reached. I'd
And I
say it's
still need to
reaching
see it.
osmosis.
I still need to
Oh, and
see
he's
it,
not
so I'm
seen it.
excited. I've seen Requiem for a Dream Climax. I have not seen Enter the Void, but yeah, no, Fear and Loathing, I'm excited to watch. It gives me an excuse to watch it finally. I've always wanted to
Yeah,
watch it. It's just I've never put it on. I think it's because the streaming too. I can't find it usually when I look it up, but I'll have
another
to
film I've watched a
I'll have to
million
pay for
times,
it.
and I'll watch a million more.
Terry Gilliam. I noticed that, or Gilliam, that Adam has given most of Terry Gilliam's movies like 5 out of 5. So that is, he doesn't really talk about him too much from what the
I
videos I've
have as well.
watched, but
Over five. He's
I'd like to watch Brazil. There's one movie
oh
in
god, I
there I
love
really
that.
want to see. I've seen The Holy Grail, of course. Who hasn't? Um,
Well, yeah, Terry Gilliam. Terry Gilliam is the American contribution to the Monty Python collective, isn't he?
yeah.
He was half American, half British, whatever that even means. But yeah,
Yeah.
he has the American voice, but he did all the animation, didn't he, for Monty Python, all the animated segments. That's his contribution to Monty Python's humor. It's really, oh God, I love them as well. They're great. But Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is another. I would say it's in the another quintessential drug movie. I'd actually put it at number three over Requiem and Trainspotting. I think
Oh, there you go.
they're like the unholy triad of druggy movies. I'd say because they're all different. Even though Requiem for Dream and Trainspotting are both about heroin, they're not actually just about heroin. Like Requiem for Dream is about a lot of other stuff. Uh, and Fear and Loathing isn't just about drugs. It's mainly about psychedelic drugs, but it's not just about that because most of the time they're not even on psychedelics. They're doing everything.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see what happens.
Yeah,
Your
so stay
passion
tuned
for
for that,
this is
folks.
inspiring me. Yeah. Are you talking about the movies, or
Mm.
I think that's what he's talking
Uh,
about. But yeah,
I
no,
don't know what I'm talking about.
we are very excited to keep on doing this. It's very fun to talk about movies. Um,
And sort of tie it into our channels
yeah,
as
tie it
well
to the
because
channel. Yeah.
after all, yeah, after 26 episodes, we figured it out how to tie it all together. And
But we
but it's
still
probably
haven't figured
better.
out to not be technically difficult.
No, yeah, look forward to that. But then when that happens,
Yeah.
then we will have to seek higher sensations.
Right. It'll become a Cenobite. Next week is probably going to be good for me on a Monday because I'm off Tuesday, so that works out perfectly. I can stay up a little longer, but yeah, I got to go to work
And everyone
tomorrow.
hates Mondays, so it makes them
Yeah,
better for
yeah, it
everyone.
does. Makes it better. It's a good day to do it. Starts off the week right.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
actually. I've noticed that in my own personal life that it's sort of I'm like, oh right, something to get excited about
Podcast
instead of like,
day.
oh, it's the work week. It's like, well, this is almost part of the work of being a YouTuber.
Yeah,
Everything
we get to
it's
work
worth.
our job. Ow.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and it makes yeah. I know another thing as well because I've been sucked into the dopamine feedback loop. Being an ADHD person, it's hell. I was already going to get sucked into it anyway, but like it forces me to locking. I'm like, you are watching in my brain. I'm like, you are watching Trainspotting and Hellraiser not just for entertainment. You're doing it for like analysis,
yes,
and
yes.
I
It's
lock
so cool
in
to think about that.
and I pause and I go back to bits and stuff where I'm like, oh, I really want to focus on this part right here. That's how I caught him taking the condom off his
The
unsheathed cock.
shift call. That's funny.
Yeah, it's
But
buzzing. Enjoyed it.
yeah, enjoyed Train Spotting. 4.5 out of 5. Hellraiser 4 out of 5. And next week we'll be back for Fear and Loathing in Las
Mm.
Vegas. Let's
And
go.
whatever else we decide to stitch onto it.
Yes, if we could stitch in maybe Hellraiser 10. No, I'm kidding.
We could do all of them.
We could, yeah, no, that'd be fun. I would love to review a really bad one. That would be so much fun. I'll try and watch Hellbound if I can.
How
I
many
got
of these horror films that have like drug references in them though? You know, like Friday the 13th and all of the slashes. Like, there's always that character who's got a drug problem, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there's
The
you like
Evil
Nightmare
Dead.
on Elm Street 3 and with the asylum and Evil
Yeah.
Dead, yes. So somehow we managed to tie it all together without thinking about it.
Yeah, there's a few. I wonder if I can just search it up really quickly and
That's the power of the Cenobite.
there you go.
He's
Hold
right
up.
there.
He's right there, you motherfucker. The Substance, that would be a good one to do.
I could
Cause
so talk about
oh,
that,
dude,
like
I could
off my
talk.
own back, and
Right, I could
also
just
just
talk
watch it
about it
again.
right now. Yeah, to see it.
Yeah.
Altered States is a movie that I need to see. I know you've seen it.
Yeah, I did a
Um,
video on that. It was one of my favorite videos I've ever done. It was when I think that was the moment I was like, oh, I really enjoy analyzing movies.
there
You
you
know, when you
go.
go to like do something, you go to like do a project or something, and this is my brain. I'm like, oh, I mean, there's multiple levels of like demotivation. It's like, oh, if I do it, it's going to be the worst version of what I envisioned, and then the other half of it is like, oh god, I've got to actually do something. But then you do it, and you're like, wow, I love it, but it never sticks for me. It's just like the constant rotation. I
Yeah,
need to seek higher pleasures.
right. The movies are a pleasure, you know.
Yeah.
That's what we
Oh,
seek. Um,
seek and you shall find.
there you go. All right, guys. It was a good talking to
That's
you. We
it.
almost made it 3 hours, but hey, it's pretty much 3 hours. So,
Mm.
I want y'all to have a great night. Make sure to watch Fear and Loathing, and if you have already seen it, you don't have to rewatch it. But I think it's good to rewatch it to refresh your memory.
Yeah.
Also, thank you. You're both awesome. Appreciate it, Lauren E. There you go. Einstein.
Yeah.
Yes, you are a little late. We're leaving now. But
So yes, you can watch it back if you want, and if you want to actually look at the live chat, you can do that on some
yes.
platforms. And yeah, thank you for all your interactions. Of course, I think we had some of the best interactions we've had on the movie
Yeah.
discussion
Oh, and the
format.
donations too. Thank you so
Oh
much.
God,
I
yeah,
mean, I just
thank you.
got
That was crazy.
richer man just by talking to you guys. That's incredible. You guys are freaking
We've got to
amazing.
have money.
The money is my pleasure. Ah.
If you want to follow us, description box.
Description box.
If you don't follow me, you probably like the content. That's why we do what we do, because
Yes.
we're like parallels of each other. And all the followers on Instagram, well, follow him before he gets banned again for being alive.
I did reach over
Um,
100 followers again, so yeah, it's
so that's
exciting.
good. Yeah, it's good that you can just no matter how many times you get banned, you're just gonna have people like, oh right, I'm back for more.
Yeah.
Vivec underscore psycho nutter, support us on Patreon and do bits if you can.
There you go.
It helps us out, and we'll all of that stuff just incentivizes us to do more of this
Yeah.
and fuel that. I mean, we've both got new mics and new setups, so
Yes. I'm using the new
we're
mic
locking
today. Yes.
we're locking in.
But the thing is, you guys don't have to donate money or do anything. We don't
No,
even ask you to
we,
subscribe. It just, if you want
no.
to be here, you can. If you don't, that's okay. If you hate us, that's
I've
okay with
only
me. I don't care.
I've only just started mentioning like the classic YouTuber stuff and like don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow
Yeah.
me on Instagram and Patreon and all that. I've never really ever done that. I've always just done it as text. But
Hmm.
I know that what I do why I do it is because I know that there's people actually out there who would like to
Yes.
do that, but they won't. Maybe they don't see the text,
And
and
they have
maybe
to
they don't open the
listen.
description.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to listen, and
Because
then
they're,
it's like, oh shit, I actually do want to go and like support them, or I do want to see more of them like on other platforms.
yeah, it's a big difference on how what saying versus showing, because on my withdrawal video everyone was asking what the first drug was, and even though I put in the descriptions I put phenibut, that everyone was like, what's the first drug story, and they're like, oh, it says that at the end. Apparently I said, I guess I never said the word phenibut in the beginning of the story, but yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, I put chapters in there for people so they could see. And I was just seeing
Oof.
those comments. I'm like, all right, but anyways, I don't want to speak too much of that. But
Mm.
yeah, but bless everybody. God bless everybody. We love you all. You guys are the reason why we do this, and we'll be back next week for Fear and Loathing in
Lev-
Las Vegas.
Leviathan